Now, the greatest radio shows of all time.
Suspense.
The Shadow Node.
Washington calling David Harding, counter-spy.
Classic radio theater.
The Great Gildersleeve.
Fibber McGee and Molly.
Dragnet. Gunsmoke.
The Lone Ranger.
Now, step back into a time machine with your host, Wyatt Cox.
Good evening, friends of the Inner Sanctum.
Comedy on a Saturday with episodes of The Aldrich Family starring Bobby Ellis from Sunday, April 26, 1953, and My Son Jeep, which aired a half hour before The Aldrich Family on April 26, 1953. An episode of Fibber McGee and Molly going back 88 years, My Friend Irma from 77 years ago, and go back to 1940 for an episode of Can You Imagine That? That's all straight ahead on this Saturday, 26th day of April, 116th day of the year, 249 days left in 2025. Confederate General Joseph Johnson surrendered his army to General William Tecumseh Sherman at the Bennett Place near Durham, North Carolina on this date in 1865. On that same day, cavalry troops, cornered and shot dead John Wilkes Booth. It was on this date in 1933 the Gestapo, the official secret police force of Nazi Germany, was established. And it was on this date in 1938 the March of Dimes founded to combat polio.
The fight against the disease of infantile paralysis has proven beyond a doubt that the way democracy works, the voluntary way, is efficient and is successful. Today, as in these many years past, we continue this great crusade, made possible not by a few large gifts, but by the dimes and the dollars of the people of the nation themselves.
President Roosevelt, whose founding of the march led him to be placed on the dime in 1946. NASA's Ranger 4 spacecraft crashed into the moon on this date in 1962, and in 1972, President Nixon announced an additional 20,000 U.S. troops would be withdrawn from Vietnam over the next 2 months in an effort to get our country out of this no-win war.
My fellow Americans, let us therefore unite as a nation in a firm and wise policy of real peace. Not the peace of surrender, but peace with honor. Not just peace in our time, but peace for generations to come.
As American withdrawals continued, North Vietnam would gain momentum and Saigon would fall within 3 years. In 1984, President Reagan arrived in China for a 6-day visit, the third by a president since President Nixon's breakthrough trip in 1972.
Although we reside in far corners of the world, having a good friend is akin to having a good neighbor. The essence of that observation is as true today as it was when it was penned. In that spirit, President Lee, I come to China representing the sincere desire of the American people to be good neighbors to the Chinese people.
The freedom-filled speeches of the president, which China promised would be aired live, were recorded and heavily edited. In 1986 in the Ukraine, a nuclear reactor accident occurred at the Chernobyl nuclear power plant, creating the world's worst nuclear disaster.
An official announcement from the Council of Ministers. There has been an accident at the Chernobyl atomic power station. One of the atomic reactors was damaged. The consequences of the accident are being taken care of. Help is being given to the victims of the accident. A government commission has been set up.
Recently, there was a disaster in our country. The Chernobyl nuclear power station accident. It deeply affected Soviet people and disturbed world public opinion.
The words first from Radio Moscow, then President Mikhail Gorbachev. As we know, the power plant cleanup scheduled for completion in about 40 more years. 70 tornadoes broke out on this date in 1991 in the central U.S. before its end. Andover, Kansas would record the year's only F5 tornado. It was on this date in 2018 Bill Cosby convicted of drugging and molesting Temple University employee Andrea Constand at his suburban Philadelphia mansion in 2004. This was in 2008 that the conviction came down. Cosby later sentenced, we'll tell you about that after we hear from the victim.
Although justice was delayed, it was not denied.
Now, Cosby later sentenced to 3 to 10 years in prison. Pennsylvania's highest court threw out the conviction and released him from prison in June of 2021, ruling the prosecutor in the case bound by his predecessor's agreement not to charge Cosby. And it was 6 years ago today, Marvel Studios' blockbuster film Avengers Endgame was released. It was the highest-grossing film of all time to that date, surpassing the previous box office record of Avatar. Passing away on this date in history, the man who did the radio program Mr. President, Edward Arnold. Actress Gypsy Rose Lee, also Granny from the Beverly Hillbillies, Irene Ryan. From Dallas, Jim Davis. Also Count Basie, wonderful musician. Broderick Crawford, suffering a stroke and passing away on this date in 1986. Lucille Ball passing away in 1989. The man behind In the Heat of the Night movie and the Route 66 TV show, Sterling Silliphant, passing away. Lou Grant, from Lou Grant, I should say. He was not Lou Grant. That was Ed Asner. But the man who played the editor, Mason Adams, he passed away on this date. We know we've heard a lot of him on the radio roles. Also, the lady who sang about the Poetry Man, Phoebe Snow, passing away on this date. George Jones and Mrs. Steve Allen, Jane Meadows, all passing away on this date in history. We turn to birth dates, and we see that this is the date in which Chief O'Hara in the 60s Batman, Stafford Rep, was born. Also, the man who did the Rebel Rouser, Dwayne Eddy. The teen idol who recorded Wild One and Volare, Bobby Rydell, born on this date, as was Gary Wright, Dreamweaver. He was born on this date in history.
Hi, this is Jeff Foxworthy. It is now time for the birthday announcements. The following people are now officially older than dirt.
I'm so glad we had this time together. Carol Burnett, 92 years old today.
As the stomach turns. When last we left Canoga Falls, Marion was grief-stricken at the loss of her only daughter, who dropped out of sight in a tragic skydiving accident.
If only she'd worn a parachute. Those silly kids, they'll never learn.
Left alone with her sorrow, Marion consoles herself as best she can.
Thank you for that bit of comfort, Reverend Felcher. See you Sunday. Oh, Marion. Marion. Oh, Marion. Black is your color.
From the Carol Burnett Show, which, by the way, is available free if you have streaming TV. You can find it on Pluto TV, also Roku channel, Vizio, Sling TV, Plex, Tubi, all over the place. Great stuff. Carol Burnett, 92 years old today. The man who wrote that wonderful soundtrack to the Midnight Express and a bunch of Donna Summer singles, Giorgio Moroder, is 85 today. Duran Duran's drummer Roger Taylor is 65. From Once Upon a Time in China, Jet Li is 62. Oh, Kevin can't wait any longer because he's 60 today, Kevin James.
You got Monterey Jack cheese melting inside the burger? It's an inside-out cheeseburger. Is that what you're telling me?
From King of Queens, Kevin James, 60 today. Kane. The pro wrestler Glenn Jacobs, who is now mayor of Knox County, Kentucky. Glenn Jacobs, 58 years old today. First Lady Melania Trump is 55.
I like to keep life as normal as possible for my son Baron, and I'm a full-time mom, and I love it.
Melania Trump, 55 years old today. From Smallville, Tom Welling, 48. From Castle, Stana Katic is 47.
NYPD, show me your hands.
You're right, I didn't wash when I left the bathroom, sorry. From Castle, Stana Katic is 47, and actor Channing Tatum is 45.
It obviously starts with you have the right to remain silent. I know you've heard this before.
From the 21 Jump Street reboot, Channing Tatum, 45 today. Those just a few of the people who celebrate the 26th day of April is their birthday. If this is your birthday...
We baked you a birthday cake.
If you get a tummy ache and you moan and groan and woe,
Don't forget we told you so. Happy birthday!
Happy birthday! Make a wish, dear, and blow out the candles.
Here they go.
And we'll go back 72 years to April 26, 1953. It's a Sunday, and then that 72 years, we'll hear from My Son Jeep, but first we'll hear from the Aldrich Family, starring Bobby Ellis. That's next.
Ladies and gentlemen, last year's traffic death toll was 37,500, a 7% increase over 1950. The National Safety Council believes that the best way to promote safety on the road is for each of us to know and obey traffic laws, to read and heed traffic signs. So be careful. The life you save may be your own.
For years and years and years, Ezra Stone was Henry Aldrich. In the final season of the show, Bobby Ellis took over the role, and it sounded much the same. But, it was 1953 and things were changing. And so the final season of the Aldrich Family, starring Bobby Ellis this time around, going back 72 years to April 26, 1953 at 7:30 Eastern Time on CBS. On NBC. I'm sorry. Let's listen.
Now it's the Aldrich Family on NBC.
Henry Aldrich.
Coming, Mother.
Yes, it's the Aldrich Family is transcribed, written by Clifford Goldsmith. The wonderful thing about the teenage time of your life is the fact that you can experience it twice. Once in your own growing up, and more or less continually thereafter, in the misadventures of your own or your neighbor's Henry Aldrich. The scene opens in the Aldrich living room. The time is evening.
Sam, I don't think you're looking at this from Henry's point of view.
You're quite right, I'm not. I'm looking at it from Mr. McCall's, or whatever his name is, point of view. And if you'll remember, Alice, I advised Henry in the first place not to take that job unless he was sure he could stick to it.
Well, dear, that's the whole point. Henry isn't working tonight because he isn't supposed to work. He's taking Eleanor to the spring dance at the country club.
Yeah? Well, then what's all the fuss about?
Well, there isn't any fuss. Mr. McCall down at the drugstore phoned a few minutes ago and wanted to know where the bicycle is.
The what?
The bicycle Henry delivers packages on.
You mean he's lost it?
Oh, no, Sam, of course he hasn't. The bicycle is right out on the front porch.
Well, what's wrong with that?
Well, nothing, dear. Except that Henry didn't understand that he was to return it tonight. And don't you think Mr. McCall could be reasonable and let him bring it back tomorrow? Because there isn't any other way to get it back. Is there?
Alice, you aren't by any chance leading up to the suggestion that I take the bicycle back, are you?
Why, dear, that hadn't even entered my head. Would you want to?
I would not. And Alice, if his employer wants that bicycle, Henry should take it to him no matter how far it is.
But, dear, do you think his employer realizes that Henry is only young once and that this is one of the most important dances the club is having all season?
No, I don't imagine he does.
Do you?
Do I what? Yes, I realize a boy is young only once, and a man reaches my age only once. And I'm going to sit in this chair and read this paper and not deliver any bicycle.
Mother, are you too busy to fix my necktie, please?
Oh, no, Henry. Sit down on the arm of this chair while I straighten it.
Okay. Did I just hear you and Father talking about Mr. McCall's bicycle?
You did.
Well, look, Father, be sure to remember this. When you first push back on the brake, your feet will go all the way around once, but the second time around, you'll stop. At least you'll usually stop.
I won't stop at all.
You won't? You mean Mother didn't have a chance to explain things to you?
Henry, if I gave you the impression that I was going to ask your father to take that bicycle back for you, I'm afraid you misunderstood me. Well, I'm going to ask Mary to do it.
Mary? Mary isn't even here.
Well, she will be. She'll be back any minute.
Well, are you sure? Because I feel very responsible for that bicycle. And Eleanor. And the dance.
Well, you haven't one thing to worry about. Now, you run upstairs and put your coat on.
Yes, Mother, sure. Thanks very much.
Oh, Sam, did you see that?
Did I see what?
How conscientious he is. Why, he wouldn't even put his coat on until I assured him that Mary would take care of the bicycle.
All right, Alice, just so Mr. McCall gets it back tonight.
Oh, Sam, you talk as though returning a bicycle were the most awful problem in the world.
Mother!
Oh, yes, Mary, I'm coming.
My goodness, Mother, look at what I've just done to my brand new stockings.
Mary Aldrich, how did you do that?
On that old bicycle out on the front porch. And, Mother, I was planning to wear these stockings to the dance tonight.
Well, Mary, you didn't tell me you were going to the dance.
Well, Mother, don't you remember I told you at breakfast this morning, and I'm late as it is.
Well, you mean you haven't time to...
I haven't time to what?
Oh, nothing, dear. You're only young once. Go on up and get your clothes changed. I've got to put in a phone call.
Number, please.
Elm 232.
Elm 232.
Mother, don't you think it'd be all right if I tell Henry he has to pay for these stockings?
Oh, Mary, Henry only earns 50 cents for a whole afternoon's work. And those stockings cost 98.
No, Mother, they cost $1.15.
Well, that makes it worse. Aren't you ashamed?
Hello, Mrs. Brown speaking.
Oh, hello, Elizabeth. This is Alice. Is Homer there?
Why, just a minute, Alice. Homer, you're one on the telephone. Alice, while he's on the way down, I want to ask you, did you know about the Allisons' party?
The Allisons? Are they giving a party?
Yes, dear. I understand they've invited scads of people.
Oh, really? When is it?
It's tonight.
Tonight, Elizabeth? Well, aren't you invited?
No. Oh, you mean you aren't either?
Well, no. No. Well, I guess you and I just aren't included.
Well, isn't that terrible? Oh, I'm not surprised about myself, Alice, but after all, you've entertained the Allisons.
Well, that's the way things are, Elizabeth. You never know.
Oh, just a minute, Alice. Here's Homer.
Hello.
Homer, can't you say hello, Mrs. Aldrich?
I didn't know it was Mrs. Aldrich. Hello, Mrs. Aldrich.
Hello, dear.
Mother, could you be lacing my shoes? How are you, Mrs. Aldrich?
Homer, how would you like to earn a little money?
Some money? Boy.
Well, it won't be very much, but it'll probably come in very handy.
Okay, sure. When do you want me? Tomorrow morning?
No, dear, tonight.
Tonight?
Yes, dear, you can do the whole thing tonight.
Well, I'm not working tonight, Mrs. Aldrich. I'm meeting Agnes at the country club.
You're going to the dance? Well, are you sure you wouldn't like to do just one little errand?
Oh, gee, no, I've got to save myself to dance.
Well, I suppose you're only young once.
What's that?
Nothing, Homer. Goodbye, dear.
Mother!
Oh, come here, Henry. I'm afraid I have something I have to tell you.
You have, Mother? Boy, how do I look? How do you like my hair this way, huh?
Henry.
Gee, I can't begin to tell you how much I appreciate your fixing things up for me. Are you sure Mary will be back in time?
Mary's already back. The only thing is
Boy,
that...
Mother, there isn't another guy in this town who has a mother that... You know what I mean?
Well, Henry, you don't have to hug me quite so tight.
Oh. What was it you wanted to say to me?
Why... Nothing, dear. You go right on and have a good time.
Okay, good night, Mother.
Good night, and don't stay out late.
Okay, and you explain to Mary how responsible I feel about that bicycle.
Well, hello there, Mrs. Aldrich. Don't tell me you're out wheeling a baby this time of night.
Good evening, Mrs. Hooper. No, this is a bicycle.
A what?
A delivery bicycle. It has a sidecar.
Oh, yes. Well, I recognized your face, but I couldn't place the sidecar.
I'm just bringing it over here to Mr. McCall's drugstore. It's very good exercise.
Something I can do for you, madam?
Why, yes. Are you Mr. McCall?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, I've just returned your bicycle for Henry Aldrich.
Oh, yes, yeah. Well, where is Henry? I got a couple packages for him to deliver.
Tonight? Well, I didn't know he was supposed to...
Why did you think I wanted the bicycle? I understood the boy was responsible.
Mr. McCall, let me make one thing clear. Henry feels most responsible about his work here.
Yeah? All right. Can you get him on the phone and tell him to come down here?
Well, I'm sorry, but he left the house before I did.
Yeah? You his sister?
His sister? Why, I'm his... Oh, do I really?
Yeah. Look, I've got a new store here, and I am trying my best to please my customers. A couple of orders come in, and I promise them, and then your brother lets me down. Now, what am I going to do?
Well, if Henry's going to be put in the position of... You mean I really look like... where did the packages go?
You mean you'll take them out for me?
Well, I'll...
There's $1.40 due on this ice cream and 90 cents on this cough medicine. Yeah, and look out for the brake on the bicycle.
The bicycle? Oh, you don't mean I have to ride it, do you?
Lady, do you realize how far you have to take those packages?
Well, my goodness!
Hello, McCall's Pharmacy.
This is Mrs. Allison. May I ask about my ice cream?
This is who?
Mrs. Allison over on North Street. And I have a whole dining room full of guests waiting for that ice cream you promised to send over.
Yeah, oh, yes, Mrs. Allison. The girl just left with it.
Gee, Eleanor, this sure is a swell dance. Boy, am I having a good time.
So am I, Henry. I never had a better time in my life.
Hi, Eleanor.
Oh, hello, Homer.
Can I have the next dance with you?
Oh, I'm sorry, Homer, but I promised it to Henry.
You have? Boy, am I having a bum time.
What's the matter, Homer?
Agnes, you know what she did? She was so anxious to get here, she ran out of her front door and rolled right down the steps. So she had to go back and change her clothes all over again.
Really?
I'll see you later, Homer.
Hello, Mary.
Mary? My sister?
Yes, there she is.
Was she coming here?
Hello, Eleanor.
Oh, Mary, did you have any trouble with that brake?
With what brake?
Well, didn't you notice how your foot flips off the pedal the first time?
My foot what?
Mary, don't you know? The bicycle.
I certainly do know about it. I tripped right over it, and you owe me a brand new pair of stockings.
I do? Just for taking it back to Mr. McCall?
For taking what back?
The bicycle. Didn't Mother tell you?
She didn't even mention it, Henry.
Oh, boy.
Henry, where are you going?
I'll be right back, Eleanor, just as soon as I get something straightened out. Homer. Hey, Homer.
What, Henry?
As long as you're waiting around for Agnes, how would you like to earn 50 cents?
Alice? Alice, are you upstairs? Alice? Hello, Sam Aldrich speaking.
Sam, this is Alice.
What's that, Alice? When did you leave the house?
Why, quite a while ago, dear. And, dear, I hate to bother you when I know you're reading your paper, but I'm afraid you'll have to come over and get me.
Get you?
Yes, I have a flat tire.
You mean you took the car?
Oh, no, dear. Well,
You what?
nothing, Sam. Just forget it. Goodbye, dear.
Alice, what are you talking about? Alice, where are you?
Hello, can you hear me, Mother?
Yes, Homer, and I'm sorry, but your father says he absolutely won't help you out.
But, Mother, doesn't he understand what's happened? Henry gave me 50 cents, provided I go over to his house and get a delivery bicycle he has and take it to McCall's drugstore, see?
Yes?
And just after I took the 50 cents and bought some punch with it, who do you think showed up?
Who?
Agnes, with a different dress on. And before she'd even dance, she had to have some punch. Boy, she went right through 20 cents. And I wondered whether Father wouldn't be willing to deliver that bicycle for me, provided I give him part of next week's allowance.
You're afraid Agnes will be hurt if you leave.
Well, sure, wouldn't you be?
Well, dear, I'll have a talk with your father. Only he has his shoes off, and you know what that means.
Yeah, but, Mother, you know how to handle him. Gee whiz, all you have to do is talk to him the way you do, and you can get him into his shoes.
But don't worry, dear. You go on with your dancing. After all, you're only young once.
Get over on your own side of the street.
Suppose you get over on your side, you...
Alice Aldrich, is that you on that machine?
Harriet! Ah! Look out, I'll run over you!
What's the matter? Can't you stop?
Now help me off.
Alice Aldrich, may I ask what you're doing?
Harriet, you're just the person I want to see. Could you take this package of ice cream into the Allisons' house here?
What are you doing?
Delivering packages.
Packages? For the poor?
Harriet, the Allisons are giving a party in there, and I have got their ice cream, and I haven't been invited. And, well, so you'll just have to take it in for me.
But, Alice, I'm late for a bridge party over at the Andersons.
But don't you understand? Dressed the way I am, I can't go into the Allisons.
And frankly, neither can I. They'll only think I'm trying to crash their party.
Now, Harriet, do you remember on your 13th birthday when you were too bashful to ask Bill Townsend to your party, and I did it for you, and you swore you'd do anything in the world for me any time I asked you?
No.
Harriet, you didn't.
I did not.
Well, anyway, you're going right over by Maple Street. Could you at least leave this bottle of cough syrup at 227?
Oh, is it important?
It's very important. You see, Mr. McCall just started a new drugstore, and Henry's trying to help him out.
Well, all right. And, Alice, if you don't want to see the Allisons, why don't you just leave the ice cream on the front porch, ring the bell, and run?
Because there's $1.40 due on it. Oh, and there's 90 cents due on the cough syrup. And don't lose it in the bridge game.
Hello, McCall's Pharmacy. Lady, I sent that cough syrup about nearly 40 minutes ago. I've got a new delivery girl, see? And she... What? What's that? Oh, yes. Well, when the girl gets there, you give her the other bottle you want refilled and tell her to bring it back here. Forget it. No trouble at all. Goodbye.
Good evening.
Yes, good evening. Something I can do for you?
Well, could you tell me, have you seen my wife this evening?
Your wife?
Isn't this where Henry Aldrich works?
This is where he's supposed to work.
Well, what I mean is, did my wife bring a bicycle down here?
Oh, you Henry's brother-in-law? How do you do?
I beg your pardon?
I don't want to complain about your wife, sir, but I sent her out with some packages nearly an hour ago.
Some packages?
And I've got some more for her to take out, and she hasn't come back yet.
You mean Alice, my wife?
And what I want to know is what you're going to do about it.
What I'm going to do about it?
I thought your family was the kind that could be relied on.
We are the kind that can be relied on. That's why we're helping you out.
What do you mean by we? I haven't seen you do anything yet.
What's that?
Listen, I'm going out and deliver a couple of these orders myself. You stay here and take care of the store.
What's that?
And if there's anything you can't find, just ask.
Ask? Ask who?
Eleanor, do you mind if I suggest something?
What, Henry?
Well, let's sit this next dance out.
All right.
As a matter of fact, let's go out on the porch and get some air.
All right.
Boy, do I feel good. Ever since I got Homer lined up to take that bicycle back for me. It just goes to show.
What goes to show?
I mean, if you've got a job, see, and you're conscientious about it, it pays. Now, I was just talking to Mr. Scott a few minutes ago, and he asked me whether I wouldn't like a job working for him.
Really?
Provided I can give him some good references. Gee, I wouldn't hesitate a minute asking Mr. McCall for one.
Henry, isn't that Agnes Lawson?
Where?
At the end of the porch there in the moonlight. Oh, and who do you suppose that boy is?
Hey, let's walk down and see. Wait till I tell Homer. Just wait till I tell Homer.
Now listen, Henry, you keep away from here.
Homer, is that you?
Come on, Agnes, let's get away from here.
Yeah, but Homer, how about my bicycle? Don't you realize my whole reputation's at stake?
We'll return to the Aldrich family in just a moment. Tonight, Theater Guild on the Air raises the curtain again on another fine dramatic presentation. George Orwell's 1984, starring Richard Widmark. This is another performance by some of the superb actors Theater Guild has teamed up with the outstanding plays of the past and present. Of course, no Sunday would be complete without a visit to those two happy householders, Phil Harris and Alice Faye. This curly-headed wonder of the airwaves can usually get himself involved in something that requires Alice's talented hand to unravel. And then your two regular NBC thrillers, Dragnet and Barry Craig, confidential investigator, come along next. Barry, played by William Gargan, clears up a real thrilling mystery. while Dragnet with Jack Webb as Sergeant Joe Friday offers another case history from the files of the Los Angeles police. So for the tops in radio entertainment, stay tuned to NBC. Now getting back to the troubles of Henry Aldrich. Because she's decided her son is young only once, Mrs. Aldrich has consented to run an errand for Henry in order that he may go to the country club dance. The scene opens in the Aldrich front hall. Homer Brown's father is on the phone.
Hello.
Hello, Mrs. Brown speaking.
Elizabeth, this is Will.
Who?
Will, your husband. I can't find that bicycle of Henry's.
Oh, did you look all over their yard?
I walked into every tree out there, and there's still no sign of it.
Well, where are you now?
I'm in the Aldrich front hall. And Elizabeth, I'm in my house slippers, and I'm standing in water.
In water?
Well, I can't be responsible if they aren't more careful where they put their vases of flowers.
Well, dear, you just got to find that bicycle. Homer says Henry was very much concerned about it being taken back. And he won't enjoy the dance one bit if he knows you've fallen down on him.
Well, I'll give him 10 more minutes, and then I quit. Goodbye.
Bye.
Hold your horses! Hello.
Hello, is this you, Father?
Homer, where are you?
This isn't Homer, it's Henry.
Oh, it is. Well, this is Mr. Brown.
Mr. Brown? Gee whiz, how did I get the wrong number? Goodbye, Father. Goodbye.
Oh, wait a minute. Where's your bicycle? Hello? Hello?
Excuse me, but could you give me some information?
What is it you'd like to know, lady?
Well, have you any idea where number 227 Maple Street would be?
Let's see now. Isn't it this house right here?
No, I was just in there, and they haven't had a cold all year.
What's that?
227 Maple Street ordered this cough syrup, and I'd like to get rid of it so I can go to a bridge party.
How about the house next door?
Oh, I tried that one, too. They said they don't think there is any 227.
Let's see the address on your package.
Here you are.
That's 227, all right. Or 277.
Is what?
And that certainly says Maple. Or is it Marble?
Marble Street.
Don't get discouraged, lady. You're on the right track.
Now then, I'm sorry to keep you waiting, lady. Is there something I can do for you?
Yes, sir. I'd like the chocolate frosted.
A chocolate what?
Frosted.
Oh. That's something to drink, isn't it?
It certainly is. It's made with chocolate syrup, milk, and ice cream.
Yes? And that's all?
Yes, and then you put it in that mixer.
Yes, well, that sounds easy enough. Now then, lady, we'll get a glass. Here we are.
Oh, isn't that a sundae dish?
Oh, I see. You want a big drink?
That's right.
Well, now, here, how's this size?
Oh, my goodness, do I get one that big?
I think this is a drinking glass. Couldn't be just an ornament, could it? Now then, let's see. I guess the logical thing would be to start with the chocolate. Chocolate. You wouldn't be interested in strawberry, would you?
No, thank you.
I got strawberry right here. Lemon, sarsaparilla. Maybe they keep the chocolate in one of these bowls. No, that's the cherries. How would you like to have me throw a cherry in?
No, thank you. How about that other bowl?
This one?
Yes, what's in that?
Well, I never saw anything like that before. It's sort of a lather.
Isn't that whipped cream?
Oh, so it is. It's been a long time since I've seen any whipped cream. We're both wrong. It's mayonnaise.
Isn't that chocolate right here?
Oh, yes. Good for you, lady. Well, here we go.
My goodness, isn't that quite a lot of chocolate? Are you going to have room for the milk?
Well, if we don't, we'll get another glass and I'll drink part of it.
Haven't you ever done this before?
Not as a general rule. Actually, I'm a lawyer.
Oh, and you have to take this job nights.
Well, I have to take it tonight anyhow. Now then, let's see. Here's the ice cream. I wonder what they take it out with.
Well, isn't there a scoop?
No, and I Certainly don't want to use my hands.
My goodness, no.
Oh, here's the scoop right here.
Is that vanilla?
Oh, yes. You can't fool me on vanilla. Well, the ice cream won't come out of the scoop.
Well, all you have to do is squeeze that little jigger and it drops right out.
Yes, I realize that. But for some reason, would you excuse me a minute while I go out and back and see whether I can find a screwdriver?
Good evening.
Good evening. Are you Mrs. Allison's maid?
I am. Don't tell me that's our ice cream.
I'm afraid it is. I was a little delayed on the way.
You were delayed? Wasn't that you I saw standing right out in front of the house for the last 15 minutes?
Yes. I was trying to get some boy to... Well, that is, I'm sorry, but here's your ice cream. If you don't want it, you don't have to take it.
Thank you.
And there's $1.40 due on it.
All right. Now wait right out there.
That's just what I intend to do. Oh, Amy.
Yes, Mrs. Allison. He's finally here, and they want to collect $1.40.
All right. Tell the boy I'll be right out and pay him.
It isn't a boy, it's a girl.
A girl?
Yes, ma'am.
Now then, young woman, here's your $1.40 and 10 cents for yourself. Although you've been so long getting here, you certainly don't... Oh, my goodness, is that you, Mrs. Aldrich?
Why, yes. Good evening, Mrs. Allison.
Where's the young woman I'm supposed to give this to?
The young woman?
The one who brought the ice cream. What did she do? Go on back to the store?
Well, yes. Yes, I guess she must have.
I'm so glad you decided to come. Where's Mr. Aldrich? Come in.
Oh, no, I couldn't think of coming in.
Why not? We'd love to have you. You're just in time for ice cream.
No, thanks, Mrs. Allison. As a matter of fact, I don't know why I came over at all.
Was there something you wanted, dear?
No, just forget the whole thing. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
My goodness.
Did you hurt yourself, Mrs. Aldrich?
No, I just fell over my bicycle.
Say, isn't there anybody in charge of this store?
The clerk just went around and back again.
Oh, yeah?
He's been mixing a chocolate frosted for the last half hour. He ran into a little trouble.
Oh. And Mr. McCall, hello there.
I'll be right out.
I only have a minute. I got to get back home.
Now then, what can I do for you?
Well, here's what I want to ask. That bicycle... Sam Aldrich.
Hello, Will Brown.
What are you doing in that apron?
Why...
Sam, I can't find Henry's bicycle anywhere. Where is it?
Oh, that's all right. Alice has it.
Alice has it.
She's out delivering.
She's what? Listen, Sam, have you got this drugstore?
Mr. McCall! Oh, Mr. McCall! Oh, my, Sam Aldrich.
Harriet, where did you come from?
Sam, I finally found 227 Maple Street, but the lady says I can't have my 90 cents until I get this bottle filled for them.
What's it for?
I don't know, but I've got a bridge game waiting.
Well, just a minute, Harriet. Hello, McCall's Pharmacy. Good evening.
Hello, Mr. McCall. This is Henry.
This is who?
Henry Aldrich, remember? I've called up to say I've resigned.
Henry, this is your father.
Is that you, Father? Gee whiz, how did I get the wrong number? Goodbye.
Henry.
What about my frosted chocolate?
Just a minute, lady. I'll be right with you. Here, Will, get behind the counter here and give me a hand.
Who, what?
Mr. McCall. Oh, Mr. McCall.
Is that you, Alice?
Sam Aldrich. How did you happen to leave the house in a dirty apron?
You want me to get chocolate all over my suit?
Dear, have you got $1.40? Because if you have, give it to Mr. McCall right away because I'm quitting.
You're what? Hello, McCall's Pharmacy. Good evening.
Is this McCall?
It is.
This is Henry Aldrich, Mr. McCall.
Henry, don't you know your own father when he speaks to you?
Listen, Father. I thought you said this was McCall's. How do I keep getting the wrong number? Goodbye.
Henry! Wait.
Yes, Father. Did you want me?
Why are you quitting your job down here?
Because I've got a swell one with Mr. Scott.
Doing what?
Oh, it's nice outdoor work, mixing cement. Don't you think Mother would want me to take it?
Now, Henry, you're not getting your mother mixed up in any cement.
The years of World War II are beginning to fade in many memories in America. Children are growing up who don't remember the names that made the rest of us shudder, like Pearl Harbor, Iwo Jima, Anzio. It's easy to forget over here. But in Europe, The scars of World War II are still raw. Hunger still stalks the land. Children are starving, and old people are dying from malnutrition. There is one organization that helps in the battle against the war-borne hunger, CARE, C-A-R-E. CARE prepares scientifically selected and packed food parcels for distribution overseas. Delivery is guaranteed, and mass purchasing and planning provides the greatest economy. CARE is the best way to send parcels to relatives or friends abroad. And for those who wish to help CARE select families abroad to receive parcels donated for anonymous recipients. If you want to aid the fight against hunger, send your dollars and dimes to CARE, New York. And if you have people in the war-torn lands, remember, show them you care through CARE. The Aldrich Family is transcribed as written by Clifford Goldsmith. Henry is played by Bobby Ellis, and Homer by Jack Grimes. Mr. and Mrs. Aldrich are House Jameson and Barbara Robbins. Your announcer is Dick Dudley.
Sunday at 7:30 on NBC, The Aldrich Family, here on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. We will look at the news from that Sunday 72 years ago in just a moment.
Instead of going down, the annual rate of polio cases in this country is going up. Instead of growing panicky with fear in the face of such an unwelcome fact, there is a way in which we all can join the Army which is fighting to check this trend and ultimately defeat infantile paralysis. We can contribute to the March of Dimes. Give today so that the 1952 March of Dimes will be the biggest ever and a really potent fighting force against polio.
We just heard Bobby Ellis as Henry Aldrich in The Aldrich Family from 72 years ago. Another show that preceded it is My Son Jeep, and we'll hear that in a moment. But first, let's take a look at some of the headlines from that Sunday 72 years ago. President Eisenhower interpreted Moscow's latest peace statement yesterday as a possible sign that Russia may be ready to do something concrete about making settlements with the Western world. President's reaction disclosed by Press Secretary James Haggerty, who issued a statement which at the outset made clear that he had talked with the president about an editorial in the Soviet newspaper Pravda. The Reds released 13 American and 71 South Korean disabled prisoners of war and told the United Nations Command they were through delivering sick and wounded Allied captives. Though the Red share of the historic wartime exchange of disabled POWs was finished, UN and communist armistice delegates got ready to revive the long-dead truce talks in full-dress session this afternoon. Now, a record set on in Capitol Hill, Wayne Morse, the Oregon Independent with the ready tongue, wound up a record 22-hour, 26-minute speech in the Senate yesterday and then told why he quit. He said, "Finished all I had to say." The wiry 51-year-old legislator smashed all the unofficial records for marathon talking in the Senate, a body given to lengthy debate. His stated aim was to dramatize his opposition to a bill to establish state ownership of oil-rich submerged coastal lands. An implied threat to hold a Sunday session next week if the submerged oil offshore lands bill is not disposed in round-the-clock Senate meetings started last Monday, voiced yesterday by Senator Taft, the Republican of Ohio. After an all-night session that began Friday morning, Taft agreed to recess at 4 o'clock on Saturday until 11 o'clock today. The U.S. and its 13 allies in the North Atlantic Treaty Organization declared yesterday communist peace moves still don't look genuine. Western rearmament will continue. Vehicles on public highways contaminated by atomic radiation yesterday for the first time in the nuclear experiments at the Nevada Proving Grounds. The Atomic Energy Commission said, however, radiation levels were not dangerously high. No people were endangered. And those just a few of the day's top news stories as reported in the newspapers of Sunday, April 26, 1953. Up next, from 7 o'clock that evening on NBC, was My Son Jeep, and that's next.
This is Debbie Reynolds. If you've been wondering what you can do to fight communism personally from your own home, there is something you can do. Support Radio Free Europe, the station built and financed by the contributions of the American public to the crusade for freedom. Radio Free Europe is one Cold War operation the communists fear and attack constantly. Support Radio Free Europe. Send your truth dollars to Crusade for Freedom, care of your local postmaster.
Now we go to 7 o'clock in the evening on Sunday, April 26, 1953, for an episode of My Son Jeep.
30 cents, 91, 11, carry 8. Oh, excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. I didn't realize we were on the air. This is Dr. Robert Allison of Grove Falls, sometimes referred to as Jeep's Pop, and recently the proprietor of the Allison National Bank and Trust Company. Incidentally, it's nice to be back after our absence last week. The reason I was mumbling all those figures to myself was, well, you don't ever have to look very far for the reason to anything in our house. It can usually be found in the person of my small relative, my 10-year-old boy, my son Jeep.
Yes, it's My Son Jeep, the bright and warm-hearted adventures of the Allison family of Grove Falls. Transcribed by the National Broadcasting Company and starring Donald Cook as Doc, with young Martin Huston as irrepressible, unpredictable, 10-year-old Jeep Allison.
Every once in a while, you'll come across an article in the paper about someone who's buried his money in the ground or stuffed it in a mattress because he doesn't trust banks. I suppose that's pretty silly, but last week, if I'd had an old mattress, well, it all started on a Saturday morning. Miss Miller was just showing a patient out of my office.
Bye, Mrs. Berg. See you on Wednesday.
Who's next, Barbara? Oh, nobody here.
Just me.
No more appointments this morning?
Mrs. Burke was your 7th patient, Bob. Isn't that enough? Look at your book. You have 8 more appointments this afternoon.
Oh, really? Well, that's pretty good.
Do you realize your practice has been building steadily just since I've been working with you?
You have? Well, never underestimate the power of a pretty receptionist.
Oh, don't give me the credit. You're the doctor.
That doesn't mean a thing. It's all you're doing.
That's silly, Bob.
Now, don't tell me. I've watched our male patients giving you the eye. They're like kids you have to bribe with a lollipop in order to get them to eat their spinach. You're the lollipop. I'm the spinach.
Excuse me, Doctor. I brought the mail.
Oh, thanks, Miss Bixby.
Got a letter from your sister.
Oh, I did? Where is it? Oh. Well, that's funny. A money order for $10. Margaret doesn't owe me any money. It's nobody's birthday. Why should she send me $10?
Read the letter.
Huh?
You know any other way of finding out?
Oh, well, of course.
You never met Miss Spencer, did you, Barbara?
No, but Jeep and Peggy have told me so much about it.
Oh, now, isn't that sweet of Margaret? Listen to this. The money order is for Jeep. He can do what he likes with it, but I thought it might be a good idea if you started a bank account for him with it. It never hurts for a child to learn the value of money. After all, you don't want Jeep doing what you did when you were No, this part wouldn't interest you.
Want to bet?
Jeep and Peggy keep writing about Miss Miller. And now you've taken it up. Your last letter mentioned Barbara 4 times. Well, this part wouldn't interest you either.
This part definitely interests us, doesn't it, Mrs. Bixby?
Yep. Keep going, Doctor.
This letter is addressed to me.
Oh, it's not fair to read part of something and not all of it.
Keep going, Doctor.
Well, all right. I mentioned Barbara 4 times. My sister Margaret has a habit of exaggerating. It seems to me from reading between the lines that you're getting a little interested. I think that's wonderful. I only hope Barbara feels the same.
Hi, everybody.
Thank you, Jeep.
Huh?
Like the U.S. Marines, you arrived in the nick of time.
I did? That's good. Who's the letter from, Pop?
Your Aunt Margaret. She sent you a present.
Gee, what is it?
$10.
Boy, can I buy a lot of things with $10.
Yep. Ice cream, candy, peanuts, popcorn, Cracker Jack, chewing gum.
Maybe I'll get that new tool chest I was looking at.
Your Aunt Margaret thought you might like to start a bank account.
A bank account? What for?
Oh, it comes in very handy, Jeep, when you need money.
I've got my piggy bank upstairs. I can put it in there.
It won't stay there very long, though.
Besides, if you put your money in a bank downtown, it'll grow.
Huh?
Well, sure, you get interest.
What's that?
That's what the bank pays you for using the money you deposit.
You expect me to let some old bank use my money? Oh, no, I'm going to use it myself.
You don't quite get it, old boy. They use your money, but it's always there when you want it. And the interest is extra.
How much extra?
Oh, 2.5 cents for every dollar you put in.
Let's see how much that would be. 10 times 2.5. Gee, it's 25 cents, isn't it? Not bad.
And don't forget, the minute your money goes into the bank, it starts working for you.
Working for me, huh? All right, Pop, let's put my money to work.
Hello there, Doctor. Well, come on in. Well, so this is the young financier, is it?
That's right. Jeffrey, this is the president of the bank, Mr. Poindexter.
Hi.
I'm very pleased to meet you, Jeffrey.
What are you going to use my money for?
What?
I told him that when money's deposited, the bank uses it and pays interest for it.
Oh, I see. Well, Jeffrey, there's no telling what we'll do with your money. We might finance a new building downtown or buy some bonds with it.
Oh, that was my $10?
We'll use other people's $10, too.
Well, give Mr. Poindexter the money, son.
Oh, you sure I can get this money anytime I need it?
Oh, absolutely any time, Jeffrey.
Well, suppose I come in tomorrow for it and you send it out to work and it isn't here. Well, how long do I have to wait for it?
Are you planning to come back tomorrow to withdraw your money?
Oh, I didn't say that. I just said suppose.
Well, you wouldn't have to wait for it, Jeep.
But he said it'd be out working.
We'd give you somebody else's $10.
Wouldn't that get you all mixed up? You give me somebody else's $10, and they come in and you give them somebody else's $10.
Well, they have enough money to take care of everybody, Jeep.
You sure, Pop?
Believe me, young fella, your money is perfectly safe here. You have my word for it.
Well, you say so. Here. No, wait a minute.
Now, what's the trouble?
Suppose I run out of money over the weekend. How do I get some? The bank's closed.
What would you like us to do, Sonny? Keep the bank open weekends for you?
Gee, would you do that?
Jeffrey, I don't want to rush you, but I'm a very busy man.
Jeep, if you need money over the weekend, I'm sure you and I can come to some satisfactory financial arrangement. Now, give Mr. Poindexter the $10.
Okay, here. No, wait a minute.
What is it this time?
Suppose you use my money to build a building and it burns down. Who loses, you or me?
Me. I mean the bank.
Now, you satisfied?
I guess so. Here's $10.
Well, finally. If you will forgive my saying so, Dr. Allison, I never worked harder for less money in my life. I feel like I've been through a ringer.
I know just what you mean, Mr. Poindexter. Jeep usually has that effect on people who meet him for the first time.
Did I show you my bank book, Miss Bixby?
6 times.
We'll see it again?
Not now, honey. I'm eating.
Barbara, did I show you? Oh, yeah, I guess I did. You want to see it, Peggy? I've seen it.
Yes, son, I'll look at it.
Okay.
Well, good heavens, what have you been doing to this bank book?
Nothing.
Well, it looks so beat up. You only got it this noon.
He's probably been showing it all over town.
Pop, I was just thinking, having your money written down in a book isn't at all like having it in your hand, is it? Here I am on Pine Street, and the bank's all the way down on Main.
Well, maybe they'll open a branch office for you down cellar.
Anyway, your money's a lot better off in a bank. If you had it in your hand, it wouldn't be working for you.
Yeah, that's right. Hey, Pop, how much interest do I haven't come to me so far?
Well, you just deposited the money this noon.
Oh, you mean it hasn't started working yet?
Well, sure it has.
And how much have I got coming?
By tomorrow, you'll have, Barbara.
My goodness, I wouldn't know.
Miss Bixby?
Don't ask me.
Peggy? I couldn't be bothered. Shall I call Mr. Poindexter and find out, Pop?
And not tonight, Jeep. Mr. Poindexter had a hard day.
Well, I'll go to the bank tomorrow and ask him.
Wait a minute, I'll figure it out. 25 cents divided by 365. Well, just figuring roughly. It's slightly less than 7/100ths of a cent.
You won't be buying any yachts for a little while.
Gosh, is that all?
Well, you have to give it time. It's only one day.
But by the end of the week, I'll have 25 cents, though, huh?
Jeep, don't you know anything? It's 25 cents for the whole year.
Huh?
That's right, dear.
Gee whiz, Pop, why didn't you tell me that before?
Oh, I thought you understood. 2.5% per year.
Golly.
How perfectly infantile. All this fuss over $10 in a savings account. Roscoe has his own checking account.
Who?
Father, every time I mention Roscoe Entweiler's name, you say who?
Oh, yes, the boy who took you out on your first date.
What's a checking account?
Well, when Roscoe needs any money, all he has to do is write a check.
Who does he write it to?
Oh, it depends. For instance, if he goes to a store to buy something, he makes the check out to the store.
You mean he doesn't have to go to the bank to get the money?
Of course not.
Can he write checks in the middle of the night when the bank's closed?
Of course.
Why would anybody want to write checks in the middle of the night?
Well, maybe he sees better in the dark.
Then that's what I want, Pop.
What?
A checking account.
A what?
Gee, don't be silly.
Don't you think that you should wait until you're just a little older, dear?
Oh, I want one now.
But you've already got a savings account.
I want to swap it for a checking account.
Well, what on earth for?
You heard Peggy. Roscoe can write checks in the middle of the night.
I assure you there are better times for writing checks.
Suppose it was a matter of life and death and we needed money fast. Could I call up Mr. Poindexter at his house in the middle of the night and ask him to come down to the bank and open up the safe for me?
No, I don't suppose you could.
Well, then.
But look, old boy, you don't really need a checking account.
Don't you want me to have one, Pop?
Well, it's got nothing to do with wanting.
So you and I will go back to the bank tomorrow, collect the interest they owe me, and change over to a checking account.
Come right in, Dr. Allison. Oh. Hello there, Jeffrey. Did you come down to put more money in your account?
Nope, won't take it out.
What?
Don't worry. I'm not going to another bank with it. See, I already know everything about savings accounts, so now I want to find out about checking accounts.
So you know all about savings accounts, eh? Well, I've been in the business for 25 years, and I'm still learning new things every day.
Well, anyway, I want a checking account.
A what?
That's what he wants. I tried to talk him out of it, but he insisted on seeing you.
But a checking account for a child? That's out of the question.
You see, son?
Why?
Why what?
Why is it out of the question?
Oh, never mind why. It just is.
Hey, if it's not too much trouble, Mr. Poindexter, would you mind explaining to Jeffrey? You see, I make a point of never saying no to the children without saying why.
Oh, well, all right. You see, Jeffrey, the Grove Falls National Bank does not give checking accounts to children.
Why not?
Because it is against the bank's policy.
Why?
Dr. Allison, when you explain why to your children, how long do you go on with it?
Well, that depends on how long they ask questions, usually for quite a while.
I do not have that much time. Now, look here, Jeffrey.
Yes, sir?
Checking accounts are for grown-ups. You'll have to take my word for that. So you go on home and forget the whole thing.
Tell me something, Mr. Poindexter, just as a matter of information. Is there a law against children having a checking account?
Well, no.
See?
But any bank president who gives a child one ought to have his head examined.
Will you or won't you?
What, have my head examined?
No. Give me a checking account.
Definitely no.
Well, let's go, son. You have to get back to school.
Then I want my $10 back.
But, Jeffrey...
Maybe I'll start my own bank. Then where'll you be?
Oh, now, wait a minute.
If my money's not good enough for a checking account, then it's not good enough to put up buildings with either.
I still don't see why you took your money out of the bank just because they wouldn't let you start a checking account. You're losing 25 cents a year.
I don't care, Miss Bixby. I like the way they do business. Only grown-ups can write checks. Guess they forget that all kids are going to be grown-ups someday. Then where'll they be?
Who, the children?
No, that old bank.
But you ought to be glad they turned you down. Every time you write a check, it'll cost you a nickel.
How come?
Well, a bank can't handle checks without getting paid for it.
Well, why not? Aren't they using the money?
Well, it's not the same thing with a checking account.
It's all pretty complicated, ain't it, Jeep?
Yeah. I guess you better keep this $10 for me, Pop. I can come to you when I need some of it.
You mean you want me to be your banker?
Yeah. Hey, that gives me an idea.
Almost anything gives you an idea.
You'll be the bank, Pop. And I'll have a checking account with you. So when I owe somebody money, like when I borrowed from Peggy, I can write it on a piece of paper just like it was a check. Peggy can come to you for the money.
No, she can't.
Why not?
Because I'm not going to be the bank.
Oh, Pop, why?
Never mind why, I'm just not.
You told Mr. Poindexter that you never say no to us unless you explained why.
All right, Doctor. Explain.
All right, I will.
Go ahead.
Well, wait a minute. I'm trying to think of a reason. Well, it's too much trouble. Oh, well, not really too much. It's just... Well, all right, I'll be the bank. What are you laughing at?
I was just thinking, even when you argue with yourself, you lose.
So you'll be the bank, and I'll write checks, huh, Pop?
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I think I got an old checkbook I ain't used in years.
Gee, Miss Bixby, can I have it?
Don't see why not. I think it's out in the kitchen.
Okay, hand over the $10.
Huh?
The $10. Come on, if I'm the bank, I have to have your money.
Oh.
What's the matter? Don't you want to give it to me? You want to call the whole deal off?
No, but I haven't written any checks yet. Why do I have to give you your money till I write some checks?
Because the Allison National Bank and Trust Company has a strange policy. No money, no checks.
Okay, here.
Yep, I found it. Here you are, Jeep.
Thanks, Miss Bixby. Can I try it out?
Oh, why not? I've got the money. Here's a pen.
What do I write?
Well, now, put the date up here. That's right. Now, down here where it says pay to the order of, you fill in who the check's for.
Oh, I see. Shall I make this out to you, Miss Bixby?
Sure. All checks gratefully received.
That's it. Now, how much is the check for?
Let's make it out for 25 cents.
Well, since this is your first check, let me show you how. Now, you write the figures here. And you write the full amount here. No dollars and 25 cents. There. Now, you sign it. Now, give it to Miss Bixby.
Okay. Here, Miss Bixby.
Much obliged. Here, Doctor.
Oh, you want a quarter. All right. Here.
Now, you got to give the quarter back to me.
Yeah. What for?
Well, I didn't know it to you.
Oh, that's right. You didn't. Here.
Well, I give the quarter back to you, Pop.
That's right. Thanks. All straightened away now, huh?
Yeah, put the quarter in my account.
Well, why? The quarter belongs to me.
Oh, it doesn't.
Well, what are you talking about? I just handed it to Mrs. Bixby.
But you got a check for it.
Well, certainly I take that quarter out of your $10.
No, I didn't know anything to Miss Bixby.
Oh, that's right. You didn't.
So now I have $10.25 in your bank.
Oh, now, wait a minute. What about this check?
Oh, I forgot all about that. That's another 25 cents. Now you owe me $10.50. Gee, you can make money with these checking accounts.
Somewhere, somehow, something is crazy. I'm beginning to understand why Mr. Poindexter said no.
Busy, Barbara?
Great so, Jeep. Anything I can do for you?
Well, the new issue of Incredible Stories just came out today, and I've got to get a copy. It costs 35 cents.
Well, I'll lend you the money, dear.
You don't have to. Got a checking account. But I can't write the check to the drugstore, so I'll get the money from Pop.
Well, then write a check and make it out to cash.
Huh?
Where's your checkbook?
Here.
My, you don't have very many checks left.
Well, I've been pretty busy.
Oh. See right here where it says pay to the order of? You write the word cash. That's all you have to do.
Gee, that's pretty good. When you need money, you write cash on the check, and you get cash.
That's right.
Where do I get the cash from?
Well, anybody you give the check to. You can give it to me.
And you'll give me 35 cents.
Correct.
Oh, I get it. You'll give Pop the check, and he'll give you the money.
Go to the head of the class.
Sure can do an awful lot with a checking account. How'd I ever get along without one before?
Okay, here's your 35 cents.
And here's your check.
Barbara, there'll be a messenger coming by from the hospital to pick up those x-rays. Oh, hi, son. You want to see me?
No, so Barbara took care of everything. So long, see you later.
What'd you take care of?
He needed 35 cents for another science fiction magazine. So he wrote me out a check.
Well, doesn't that kid do anything but write checks?
I have 5 here. You owe me $1.46.
Well, what's he doing? Bringing you a check every hour?
He just brought in this last one. His friends brought in these others.
His friends?
Mm-hmm.
They've been coming here to the house?
In droves.
Oh, I had no idea Jeep was writing checks outside the house.
Jeep has been writing checks everywhere.
Now, let me see. Paid to the order of Boots Douglas, 18 cents. Tommy Barton, 11 cents. Skeeter, 9 cents. Skeeter? Skeeter who? Doesn't he have a last name? Bobby Frazier, 73 cents. Bobby hit the jackpot. Cash, 35 cents. Well, who's this kid Cash? He doesn't seem to have a first name.
Oh, Bob, come on.
Come on, where? Look, Cash, K-A-S-H.
It is supposed to be C-A-S-H. Get it?
Oh, well, why didn't he spell it right? I have to be a bank. I don't have to be a mind reader.
You still owe me $1.46.
Well, I wish I'd never started this whole thing. Here.
Thank you.
Well, if it gets any worse, I'll have to hire a bookkeeper just to take care of Jeep's account.
Doctor, you owe me $4.05.
What for? I already gave you the household money for this week.
Oh, take that. I've been paying on Jeep's checks.
Again?
Still. Been going on 3 days.
Miss Bixby, don't you think you're cashing too many checks for Jeep?
Now, what am I supposed to do when they come to the door and ask for money?
Who?
Oh, I don't know half of them. But every 10 minutes, it seems like, the doorbell rings and there's another child with another check.
Well, one thing you have to admit, Bob, Jeep's certainly not hoarding his money.
Well, how many checks have you, Miss Bixby?
12.
12? Well, what's he buying, the Taj Mahal?
All I know is he's brought home more marbles and toys in the last few days than I ever saw before. Anyway, you still owe me $4.05, Doctor.
Well, you'll get it.
When?
Here.
Thank you. Now, if anybody else shows up with a check, I'm going to tell them the bank's closed for the day.
What do you suppose Jeep wants with all those marbles and the toys?
Well, maybe he's trying to corner the market.
Father, you owe me 30 cents.
Now, I know you've got one of Jeep's checks.
Well, how did you know?
I took a wild guess. I'm glad you appreciate my wit. Here, Peggy. Pay to the order of Benjamin Franklin. Oh, no. Now, this is going too far.
Well, what's the matter with that, Father?
Well, a joke's a joke, but do you happen to know who Benjamin Franklin is?
Well, certainly.
Do you happen to know that Benjamin Franklin is dead?
Oh, Father, don't be ridiculous. I saw him in school this morning.
You saw Benjamin Franklin in school?
As a matter of fact, we walked part way home together.
You walked home with Benjamin Franklin?
Yes, I did. Well, you know him, Father. His family runs Franklin's meat market.
Oh, well, that Franklin. Well, I was thinking of somebody else.
Oh, in all my months in this house, that was the weirdest conversation I ever listened to.
Well, very funny, I'm sure. How did you happen to get this check, Peggy?
I cashed it for Mary Patricia Pearson.
Well, how did she happen to get it?
Well, Mary Patricia cashed it for her brother.
Here we go again.
And her brother cashed it for Boots Douglas's brother, and he cashed it for...
Oh, never mind. I get the idea. Here's your 30 cents.
You've already paid me, Father.
There, you see how mixed up I'm getting? Oh, why didn't I have the strength of character that Mr. Poindexter showed? Why didn't I say no? $0.73, 16. Here's one for 9. What in the world can you buy for 9 cents?
I don't know, Bob. 3-cent stamps?
75, 8, $1. You know, Barbara, Jeep never tossed money around like this before.
I guess the checking account went to his head.
Well, it may have gone to his head, but I've got the headache. 35 cents, 90, 12, 5. Oh, this is taking up too much of our time. I'll have to give up something, either my patience or Jeep's checking account.
Well, go on. Read off the rest of the checks.
Well, there aren't any more. Well, that's funny. I could have sworn I'd paid off on more checks than this.
Didn't you keep track of them?
Well, are you kidding? I defy Einstein to keep track of them.
Well, are you sure there aren't any in on your desk?
No, I brought them all out.
You did go to the bank yesterday, Bob.
What's that got to do with it?
Well, couldn't you have deposited some of Jeep's checks along with yours?
Barbara, occasionally I may be a little harassed, but I'm not yet completely crazy.
It was just a suggestion.
Well, okay, what's the total? I know he's overdrawn, but how much is it?
$10.07.
Is that all? Oh, he's overdrawn more than 7 cents, I'd swear to it.
That's what they add up to.
Are you sure there aren't any more checks lying around someplace?
I'm sure. Are you sure you didn't take any to the bank by mistake?
Well, do I look like a complete idiot? No worry, if I'd done such a ridiculous thing, Mr. Poindexter would have been over here long ago.
Doctor, somebody to see you.
We don't have any patients scheduled now.
It's Mr. Poindexter from the bank.
He wants to see me? What, is he sick?
No, just mad.
I wonder why.
As if you didn't know.
Dr. Allison, banking history was made today. Oh, if anyone had told me that I would live to see the day when a citizen, a respectable citizen, upon being refused a checking account for his 10-year-old son, would have the temerity to deliberately encourage his son to write spurious checks in order that those checks could be passed off on the father's account, well, I wouldn't have believed them.
I'm sorry.
Sorry? Well, I should think you would be, Doctor. Do you realize the extra work our cashier was put to?
It was a mistake.
You can say that again.
Once is enough.
Yes. Yes, you thought you could palm off these checks on us. Ha! We're too wide awake at the Grove Falls National Bank for that. Here they are. I leave these with you as a reminder that crime does not pay. And you might tell your son that cash is not spelled with a K.
Well.
Is that all you can say?
Well, it's more than you said. Why didn't you explain it to him?
Well, he was mad. I'll go in tomorrow when he's cooled off and get it straightened up.
Hey, Pop, what did Mr. Poindexter want?
Blood.
Huh?
Jeep, you and I are going to have a man-to-man talk.
Okay, but before we do, I want to let you know, giving up my checking account.
Huh?
You took the wind right out of your sails.
Now we can have our man-to-man talk.
We've just had it.
Huh?
Why are you giving up your checking account, Jeep?
Well, it was getting too complicated for me.
For you?
Yeah. You never know how many checks you got out or who's got them. Besides, with a checking account, you spend money too fast.
Well, you can say that again.
So you give me all the money that's left over and...
Money left over? Well, you owe me.
I do.
It's only about $2, dear.
Take it out of my allowance, Pop.
Well, thanks so much.
There, Bob. Everything's straightened out.
Not quite. Take a letter, Miss Miller. To whom it may concern, due to an extraordinary run on our premises, this is to announce the immediate and permanent closing of the Allison National Bank and Trust Company.
My Son Jeep was created and written by Walter Black and William Mendrake and directed by Dan Sutter. Tonight's cast featured Lynn Allen as Barbara Miller, Joan Laser as Peggy, and Leona Powers as Mrs. Bixby with Frank Behrens, and introduced young Martin Huston as 10-year-old Jeep. Starring in the role of Doc is one of America's finest actors and most versatile comedians, Donald Cook, currently starring in the Broadway hit The Moon is Blue. Ladies and gentlemen, beginning next Sunday, May 3rd, and every Sunday thereafter, My Son Jeep will be brought to you 1/2 hour later than our present time over your same NBC station. Consult your local paper for the exact time in your vicinity. And now this is Fred Collins inviting you to be back with us again next Sunday at our new time. Don't forget, 1/2 hour later, for the next transcribed visit with America's favorite family, the Allisons of Grove Falls and My Son Jeep. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Allison and his family would like to remind you that today most cancer can be cured if proper treatment is started soon enough. We just will help stop the tragic and unnecessary loss of lives by supporting the American Cancer Society and its 3 vital programs of research, education, and service to cancer patients. Mail your contribution today to Cancer, care of your local post office. That's simply Cancer, care of your local post office.
In just about a year, most of the dramas and comedies would come off NBC in exchange for Monitor, which would be a all-weekend-long news magazine. But at that time, at 5 o'clock, you had The Chase, 5:30 Counter Spy, and then coming up at 7 o'clock, you would have My Son Jeep, 7:30 The Aldrich Family, 8 o'clock Phil Harris and Alice Faye, 8:30 Theater Guild on the Air for an hour, and then 9:30 Dragnet with Barry Craig Confidential Investigator at 10 o'clock. Over on CBS, well, you know the deal. In the afternoon, you had Arthur Godfrey and Guy Lombardo. And then starting at 6:30 Eastern, you had Our Miss Brooks, starring Eve Arden, Jack Benny, Amos and Andy, Edgar Bergen and Charlie McCarthy, My Little Margie and the Radio Hall of Fame, and Escape. And then the Quiz Kids. So you basically had that hugely popular block there. And, at that point in time, there was really very, very little left. You still had The Shadow over on Mutual and True Detective Mysteries, but those were early shows. Those were 5 and 5:30 shows. And later in the evening, they got into mostly local stuff. So that was what was on the radio on this date, 72 years ago, April 26, 1953. Yeah, that right there heard My Son Jeep, starring Donald Cook and Martin Huston as Jeep. Alrighty, coming up tomorrow on Classic Radio Theater, radio's outstanding theater of thrills suspense, The Diary of Sophronia Winters, starring Agnes Moorehead from 1943. We'll also have a Lights Out from 1943. We'll have Dragnet from 1954 and The Hall of Fantasy from 1953. And then on Monday, Jimmy Durante, The Great Gildersleeve, Dean Martin and Jerry Lewis, and we'll also have Abbott and Costello. That's all coming up next couple of days here on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Up next, though, we'll go way back 88 years for an episode of Fibber McGee and Molly.
Your contribution of $10 or $6.95 for the budget relief package will send more relief overseas than the same money spent any other way. To help people in foreign countries with food or clothing, send your check to Nonprofit Care, New York. That's Care, New York. Send your check, your name and address, and full particulars about who's to get the package. Care will do the rest.
Now let's go back 88 years, April 26, 1937, and see what's going on as Fibber and Molly are packing, because they're going to Hollywood.
The Johnson Wax Program, presenting Marion and Jim Jordan as Fibber McGee and Molly. Ted Weems opens the show with Love is News. A message for you about wax, genuine Johnson's wax. Do you realize what an important part Johnson's wax plays in making housework easier by protecting floors from dirt and wear? If you give your floors a genuine wax polish now, they'll take on a rich, mellow luster, adding beauty to the whole room. Once waxed, your floors are tightly sealed against dirt and germs, and you can say goodbye forever to floor scrubbing. But But that isn't all. Johnson's Wax gives a tough, wear-resisting polish that actually saves your floors from ever becoming shabby and worn at doorways and between rugs. They'll never acquire that disfiguring condition known as floor pox if you protect them now with genuine Johnson's Wax. Buy it from your dealer tomorrow, paste or liquid. And if you want to wax polish every floor in your house with practically no effort and at very small cost, rent a Johnson's electric floor polisher. As you probably know by now, the McGees are about to set sail for Hollywood to begin work on a moving picture. Full of plans, figures, hopes, fears, and fancies, they are busy packing trunks and suitcases to put into their new auto trailer. Here they are in the kitchen at 79 Wistful Vista. Fibber McGee and Molly.
Now, I wonder if I should take me fox furs or whether it'll be too warm to... McGee, shall I take me furs? McGee, answer me.
Well, what say, Molly?
Heavenly days. I ask you a question and you stand there grinning like a chessy cat.
I was just thinking, do they still throw custard pies in movie comedies, Molly?
Well, how should I know, and what of it?
I was just thinking it's too bad I can't play a scene with old Harpo Wilcox. Boy, could I squish a mess of custard all over his puss.
Quiet. Hurry up and get packed. You've got to carry all this stuff out into the trailer, you know.
Oh, don't fuss so much. We got plenty of time. Hey, I wonder if I ought to take my golf clubs. One of them is pretty warped, but the other two are okay.
Say, how about this straw hat? Shall I take it?
What, that pile of hay? Don't
Yes,
take that.
I think I will.
Okay, you probably need it
No,
out there.
I don't think I will.
No, you probably won't have it.
Yes, I'll take it.
I was hoping you would. You never can... I'll get it. Hello? What? Oh, well, I don't know. I'll see. That's the phone company, Molly. They want to know if the telephone's been shut off yet.
Well, now... Well, you're talking on it, aren't you?
Oh, yeah. Hello? No, not yet. Oh, okay.
Did you ask the light company to shut off the electricity?
Sure.
Did you speak to the mailman?
Why, certainly I spoke to the mailman. You think I'm so stuck up about being a big movie star that I don't even speak to the mailman?
Oh, I mean about our forwarding address, Ignorant.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes, I told him to send your mail in care of Paramount.
Mine? Well, how about yours?
Oh, I told him to send mine in care of Madeline Carroll.
Why, Fibber McGee, you don't even know her.
Well, can you think of a cuter way to get acquainted? I'll just go over to her house and say, "Hi, are you Mad?"
Oh.
Well, listen, Mad, you got any mail that was sent here by mistake? And she'll say,
McGee,
"Yeah."
quit daydreaming and get busy. There's work to do. Hand me that straw suitcase. Well, you needn't throw it at me.
Oh, excuse me. I was thinking. You know, I'll probably be a big help to the cameramen. As soon as they find out that I'm a Lulu with a Leica, they'll probably ask me to help out with the...
Oh, dear. Hello? Oh, yes, Mr. Gable. You can't hardly wait. Oh, now, Mr. Gable. Yes, we're leaving right away. No, I won't forget. Goodbye, Mr. Gable, and thanks for calling.
Hot dog, Clark Gable. He can't wait to meet us, huh?
Be quiet. That was Herman Gable, the butcher. He wants us to be sure and pay the bill before we leave.
Well, I took care of it this morning. But I'll bet he never cashes the check.
Why not?
He'll probably save it for the autograph.
Oh, dear. McGee, won't it be wonderful to be in Hollywood where you could just lean out the window and pick a handful of oranges?
What do you mean, a handful of oranges? One orange is a handful in California.
Well, you know what I meant.
Sure, you know, I'm going to have me an orange grove.
Really?
Yeah. I've been saving the seeds out of my orange juice for months. Only trouble is, after you pick the oranges, somebody's got to squeeze them to get orange juice. I ever tell you what happened to Tuffy Goff out there?
Hundreds of times. And
Well, sir, one night Tuffy thought he'd like a glass of orange juice before going to bed. So he reaches out the window and he grabs an armful of fruit. And when he got it all squeezed, it tasted kind of funny. Not bad, but funny. But he never thought anything of it till next morning when he found that he'd squoze a couple of walnuts and had drank walnut juice. Yeah, you see, the walnuts out there grow so big he naturally mistook them for oranges in the dark. Why, that walnut juice went all through his system. It stained him so bad he got a job as a stand-in for Bill Robinson.
Oh, hello? Oh, hello, telephone company. No, it isn't shut off yet. Thank you.
I wonder if I ought to take my tuxedo, Molly.
No, we're going to work for Paramount, not Max Sennett. You know that tuxedo's full of mothholes?
Mothholes? Well, what of it? It's warm out there. Wonder where we're going to live when we get there. At a hotel?
Oh, I don't think so. That'd be awful expensive.
Mm-hmm.
We better get us a hacienda.
Oh, I don't like them. They give me heartburn.
You're thinking of enchiladas.
Oh, yeah. By the way, Buddy Rogers has a ranch out there. We might get us a ranch.
Heavenly days, a ranch. We don't need all that room.
Buddy Rogers says the ranches out there are only about 40 feet by 35.
Oh.
He says if you got a packing box, a Navajo blanket, and a Filipino, you got a ranch.
It must be a funny place.
No, they got some smart people out there, though. You know, I met a bunch of guys from Hollywood the other day, and they were all expert about everything. There wasn't anything they didn't know. I talked to them all evening, and I only heard one of them say, I don't know.
Well, what did you ask him?
No, I asked him what day it was. Hello? No, it ain't shut off yet, and quit calling me. Oh, Perry Como. Hello, Perry. Huh? Oh, you are, eh? Well, that's swell. Okay, much obliged. I'll sit down and relax a minute, Molly. Perry Como's going to sing.
What's he going to sing?
That one about the millionaire's little boy who swallowed the nickel.
What's that?
There's something in the air.
There's something in the air that warns me to beware tonight. There's something in the air. There's music in the breeze. I never saw the stars so bright. There's something in the air. Though I find there's danger in your eyes, the thrill is new. I've been blind, but now I realize what love can do. Oh, I feel it everywhere. So whisper you'll be mine tonight. There is something in the air.
That was fine.
My, McGee, I hate to leave Ted and the boys.
Oh, we'll see him when we get back, Molly. If we get back.
What do you mean, if?
Well, you know how it is. A new face flashes across the silver screen, and millions of people demand to see more of him. I'm referring to me, of course.
Well, that's all very well, dearie, but where are you going to get the new face?
Where am I going to get the say? Why, when they seen my photographs, you should have heard them.
I'd like to have heard them.
Look at that face, they said. What character? In my eyes, they saw intelligence. In my forehead, they saw vision. In my nose, humor. In my lips...
A 3 for a nickel cigar.
Oh, hi, Harpo.
Hello, folks. When are you leaving for Hollywood?
Oh, we're almost ready, Mr. Wilcox. My, we're going to miss you and all the rest of the folks.
I'll say so. I don't believe they got anybody in the whole movie colony that could equal your talent for annoying me, Harpo.
Oh, don't worry about that. You'll find somebody.
Who?
Me.
You? You going to Hollywood?
Why, of course I'm going.
Oh, I'll see about this. This is too much. Give me that phone. I'll take care of this. Here I thought I was going to get away from Harpo's kibitzing and...
McGee, who you calling?
Operator, give me Racine, Wisconsin. S.C. Johnson and Son. Racine. Racine. Ray as in radio, and scene as in my love scenes with Shirley Ross in our new Paramount picture, This Way Please, written and
McGee.
Hello, Mr. Johnson. This is Fibber McGee. Huh? Fibber McGee. Oh, sure you do. I'm on your program. Why, for the last year or so. Don't you remember? Sure. Well, listen, Mr. Johnson. Harpo Wilcox says he's going to Hollywood with us. Now, I ask you in all fairness, is that fair? Listen, I've stood for his butting in long enough without his following us 2,000 miles to rub it in. Yes, I am sore, good and sore. Yes, and that's final. I'm putting my foot down, you hear? What? Oh, you would? Oh, I see. Yes, sir. Okay, Mr. Johnson. Say, Harpo, where are you going to live when you get to Hollywood?
Mr. Johnston has invited me to use his home in Pasadena. How are you?
And he didn't even remember who you were.
Well,
oh, dear.
I never was one to push myself. Oh, say, that must be that dramatic teacher. That I called up to give me a few pointers. You know, Barry Mel Lionmore. Come in, Mr. Lionmore.
Oh, dear.
Yes. And this is, I suppose, is a neophyte of the drama.
Neophyte? What's that?
Neophyte, Molly. Neo means new, and new actors always have to fight.
Oh.
By the way, Mr. Lionmore, this is Mrs. McGee. She's going to support me in the picture.
And long after the picture. How do you do, I'm sure?
Well, I'm delighted, my child. Very much delighted. Now then, my boy.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't much time to brush up on your dramatic work. We'd better start with the fundamentals. Now, First, let me say that all emotions portrayable are variations of fear, greed, and surprise.
Oh, well, how about love?
I really don't think you'll be cast for that.
Well, how about hope, Doc?
Oh, one can always hope. Yes. Now then, suppose we take astonishment, a form of surprise, or hate, a variation of fear. Can you register hate?
Oh, I don't know. Let's see. What do I hate, Molly?
Hard work.
Yeah.
That's marvelous. Yes, that's quite remarkable. But, yes. Only, don't show your teeth quite so much. Hate is mental, not dental.
Yeah, that's pretty good, Barry.
Yeah. Well, now then, suppose we take a more subtle expression.
Now you're talking. Subtlety, that's my dish.
Well, now let's take eagerness, a form of greed. How would you express eagerness?
Like this?
Quit batting your eyes.
Well, that's what I seen Claudette Colbert do. She fluttered her glimmers a mile a minute when she registered eagerness, and that's...
I'm just afraid that you're going to need a great deal of work.
And I'll bet nobody gives it to him.
But now, suppose you were called upon to register despair on an exit.
Oh, well, how about haste on a fire escape? I ought to be able...
Now look. As I leave the room, I place one arm across my eyes. My shoulders are bowed.
Yeah?
Right hand extends behind and to the side, and I exit like this, in despair. And I might add, in disgust. Goodbye.
How about that, huh? Yeah. Gee, that was swell. I've never seen despair and disgust better done. That was great acting.
Acting? That's what you think.
Come in. Oh, it's Geraldine. Hi, Geraldine.
Hello, Mr. McGee. Hello, Miss McGee.
Ah.
I heard you were on your way to Hollywood, and I simply rushed right over to say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Isn't it just too thrilling? I mean, isn't it really? But I know you're going to have a marvelous time.
Yeah, when me and old Shorty Cagney and Slim Arliss and Freddie March get together.
Oh, I'm so excited. I mean, I really am, really. I asked Gerald when he thought they'd start shooting you, and he said it couldn't be too soon. Oh, Gerald says the cunningest things he really does, Miss
Yeah,
McGee.
Gerald is a clip.
Oh, you'd get an awful kick out of Gerald.
Yeah, I bet.
Anyway, Gerald said you would if he ever met you. But that's just his way of talking. Well, I just wanted to run over and say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Now, when you get to Hollywood, I hope you get a nice bungalow.
Bungalow?
Gerald says everybody in pictures lives in a bungalow because they use one story over and over again.
Goodbye.
Well, I simply must be off.
I'll say so.
Beetle, beetle, beetle.
That was Ted Weems playing and Elmo Tanner whistling When Hearts Are Young. Now, at this time of year, almost every woman has a desire to make her home more attractive. That's why millions of women are buying Johnson's wax. They know that this remarkable wax gives new beauty to their floors, furniture, and woodwork, bringing out all of the mellow loveliness of the wood, and at the same time giving it a sure protection against dirt and wear. Dust can't cling to a Johnson wax surface. Finger smudges can be easily wiped off furniture and door frames that are wax protected. Cleaning work is cut in half from the time you start waxing your floors, tables, cabinets, windowsills, enamel icebox, and all painted surfaces. Order Johnson's wax tomorrow, paste or liquid, whichever you prefer, but insist on genuine Johnson's wax. And remember, you save money on the larger sizes.
Come in. Oh, it's Ted Weems.
Oh, hi, Ted.
Hello, Fibber. And hello, Molly. I just came over to say goodbye and good luck.
Well.
Oh, thanks, Ted. Say, Ted, why can't you go to Hollywood with us?
Yes, we'll certainly miss you and your boys, Ted.
Yes.
We'll miss you, too, but we have to stay here for 2 reasons.
Name 3.
Well, first, we have to fill contracts here, and besides, my boys can't play in California.
Why not?
They can't read the music with those smoked glasses on. Sounds terrible.
Oh. Hello? Oh, the telephone company. No, the phone's not shut off yet. You're welcome. McGee, should I take an umbrella?
An umbrella? To Hollywood? Why, Molly, there's practically no precipitation out there.
Well, maybe not, but what if it should rain?
Well, that's what
Well, next week is going to be an important week for us, McGee.
Yes, and next week we have a very important announcement to make about a great contest on Johnson's Auto Wax and Cleaner. Every week, a deluxe covered wagon trailer and many cash prizes will be given away free. Don't miss the announcement next Monday.
Harpo.
Mr. Wilcox.
Hello, folks.
How did you get in here, Mr. Wilcox?
Oh, he crawled in through a wise crack. You get it, Molly? You says, how'd he get in? And I says, he crawled in.
Ain't funny, McGee.
I'll say it isn't.
Hey, you keep out of this, Harpo. Thank goodness we'll get away from your kibitzing while we drive to California.
All right. But you'll be sorry when you see me out there with Virginia Bruce or Marlena Dietrich on my arm.
Heavenly days, Marlena Dietrich on his arm. Does he know her?
No. He's probably going to get tattooed. Say, shall I take this pair of overalls? Mel Shower, the producer, says it's going to be hard work out there, and Oh, Mrs. Wearybottom. Hi, Weary.
Oh, hello, folks. I just heard you were leaving for Hollywood to make a picture, and I thought I'd drop in and say goodbye. I know you'll have a lovely trip. It's really beautiful with all those mountains and all. You can look right over the edge of the road and see 1,000 feet down in some places, though it really isn't dangerous except when it's raining, and it is most of the time when it isn't snowing, but don't worry about it. My first husband drove it 3 times before he fell down a canyon, but you'll probably do it the first time. My goodness, don't they pick the goofiest people to put in pictures.
Slap it till it's dizzy, slap that bass, keep the rhythm busy. Zoom, 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 misery, you've got to go. Slap that bass, use it like a tonic. Slap that bass, keep your philharmonic. Zoom, 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 and the milk and honey will flow. Dictators would be better off if they zoom, zoom now and then. Today, you can see them the happiest men. They all got rhythm, in which case, if you want a bubble, slap that bass, slap away your trouble, learn to zoom, 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 slap that bass.
Ready to go, McGee. Is everything packed?
Yep, let's see now. Road maps, puttees.
Why puttees?
Oh, I may have to help direct.
Why, they don't wear puttees anymore.
No?
They wear pants that don't match their coats. Honest? Sure. The movie actors and directors always go in pairs to buy suits, and then they divide up the coats and pants so nothing matches.
Oh. How about vests?
They wear sweaters and no shirts.
Hot dog, I'm going to like that place. Well, bring that trunk when you come, Molly.
McGee, bring that trunk yourself.
Oh, okay. Open the door, Molly.
Now be careful getting it down the steps, McGee. It might fly open.
I'd be satisfied if it could just fly. Hollywood bound at last.
And muscle bound at least. Look out, McGee. Be careful. It's slipping. And a new trunk, too. Is it broken?
No, it ain't broken. Don't seem to be. But you didn't even ask if I was hurt.
Well, are you?
I don't know, but you might have asked.
Well, I guess that's everything. Did you lock the back door?
Yep. Everything's taken care of, I guess. Oh, Dad rat it.
Now, what did you forget?
I forgot the bird.
Don't worry, you'll get it when you get to Hollywood.
Oh, that phone again. Hello? Oh, the telephone company? No, it ain't shut off, and quit calling me up about it. You can't... Huh? If it isn't shut off, there's a long-distance call for us. Who from? Oh, hey, Molly.
Yes?
Long-distance call from Paramount Studios in Hollywood.
Heavenly days. Maybe they want to cancel our contract.
Uh-oh. Hello? Yes, the phone's been shut off for a week. You know, Molly, I'm looking forward to being a movie star.
Well, you're looking a long way ahead.
Oh, I don't know. I'm the last of a long line of actors.
Oh, you mean you're about at the end of your rope? You know, me Uncle Dennis was in the movies. You know, he's been in some wonderful roles.
I wouldn't know about his roles, but I know he's been on some marvelous buns.
McGee.
Good night.
Good night, all.
This is Harlow Wilcox speaking for the makers of Johnson's Wax and Glow Coat, Racine, Wisconsin. Inviting you all to be with us again next Monday night at this same time. Until then, good night.
And this is the National Broadcasting Company.
Fibber and Molly heading to Hollywood to film the movie This Way, Please. And, of course, Barry Lionmore there, the big coach. We believe that was Bill Thompson, but I don't have a particular listing from that. 88 years ago, April 26, 1937, Fibber McGee and Molly on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Visit our webpage at classicradio.stream. And now we're going to go back and see what's going on with Jimmy's favorite actress, Marie Wilson, and my friend Irma.
Ladies and gentlemen, make tomorrow your D-Day. Get an extra bond for defense. Step into any bank or post office and buy yourself a profitable share in America's future. As an investment, bonds are better than ever. They can help you save safely, conveniently, and profitably. So whether you already buy on the payroll savings plan where you work or the bond-a-month plan where you bank, get an extra bond for defense tomorrow.
And now we're going to go back some 77 years to April 26, 1948. Marie Wilson in My Friend Irma.
Jane? Jane?
Yes, Irma, what is it?
I can't understand why I was 5 pounds overweight when I stood in the scales.
Well, I told you why. You had that heavy purse in your hand.
Well, not the second time, Jane. I hung it over my shoulder.
Well, that's what you can expect when you listen to My Friend Irma.
Friendship, friendship, just a perfect friendship. When other friendships have been forgot, theirs will still be hot.
Lever Brothers Company, makers of Swan, the soap with the exclusive super creamed blend, presents
Our Friend Swan.
With My Friend Irma.
Starring Marie Wilson as Irma and Kathy Lewis as Jane.
Well, here it is, 12 o'clock Saturday. The noon whistles have just blown, and me, little Jane Stacy, I'm going to do the same. Because as far as the Rhinelander Investment Company is concerned, they can take their job until Monday morning. So I covered my typewriter, opened my purse, examined my shopping list, looked at my paycheck, tore up my shopping list, kicked my typewriter, slammed the door, and I'm off. Which reminds me, Irma Peterson is waiting for me on 42nd Street.
boy, you ought to be ashamed of yourself smoking a cigar in broad daylight.
Hello, lady. I'm old enough to be your father.
Don't you dare sit there and talk to me that way.
Look, lady, I ain't sitting. I happen to be a singer midget, and I'm tall for my age.
Just a minute, Sonny.
Now, listen, lady, stop annoying me, or I'll climb up over this curb and let you have it. Dames are always trying to pick me up.
Irma!
Oh, hello, Jane.
Oh, you been waiting long, honey?
Not by my watch. It stopped. Oh, Jane, I had a terrible experience with a little boy smoking a black cigar. I'm sure he wasn't any more than 2 feet old.
Oh. Irma, why is it that these things only happen to you? No one else. Come on, honey, let's go shopping, huh?
Jane.
What's the matter, honey?
Jane, I feel 2 eyes in my back.
Irma, we've just passed an optometrist sign. Don't cause a scene, please.
Oh, but Jane, I think we're being followed. Look back, I'm scared.
Oh, Irma, you're just being silly, but Irma, someone is following us.
Oh, Jane, what'll we do?
Oh, well, let's turn up this side street, see if he follows. Come on. Look back. Look back, Irma.
No, Jane, you look back.
All right. Irma, he's still following us. Now I'm getting worried.
Well, don't be scared, Jane. You know the saying, 2's company, 3's a crowd. So as long as we're in a crowd, nothing can happen.
Come on, please, honey, let's run. Maybe we can shake him.
Not me, Jane. I wouldn't touch him with a 10-foot pole.
Irma, I have a feeling he's catching up with us. Hurry up, honey. Come on, hurry. Irma, what are you doing with that handkerchief?
I'm going to drop it.
Why?
Well, if he's a masher, he'll think I'm flirting with him, and when he bends over to pick it up, you hit him, and I'll kick him, and then we'll both run.
That sounds like a good idea, honey. Maybe it'll work. Drop the handkerchief.
All right, there.
Pardon me, did you ladies drop this handkerchief?
Yes.
Well, here it is.
Oh, Jane, it didn't work. He picked it up with his cane.
I've been following you young ladies for several blocks.
That's evident.
Oh, I apologize. You see, I'm a photographer and...
Oh, sure. Yeah, I know. You're a photographer, and you thought we were so beautiful that you want to take pictures of us, send us to Hollywood, and give us a contract to play opposite Gabby Hayes.
Oh, no, you got me all wrong. I know this is a very unprofessional approach, and I don't blame you for being suspicious. So, here's my name and my card.
Jack Varell, Chief Photographer, Manhattan Magazine.
I know you've heard of our magazine.
Yes?
Well, you see, I've been assigned to do a series of pictures of typical young working girls, so I'd like to take some pictures of you.
Oh, Jane, isn't it wonderful? You'll be on the cover of a magazine. Imagine my best girlfriend for only 15 cents.
20 in Canada. Now, there's no sense in discussing it further at this time. You check on the legitimacy of my offer, and if you're interested, I'd appreciate it if you'd give me a ring later today. Goodbye.
Bye. Gee, Irma, do you think he's a phony?
Well, I don't know, Jane, but let's go home and ask Al. If he's a phony, Al will know.
No question about it. If he's a phony, he'll turn out to be Al's best friend. Come in.
It's only me, Professor Kropotkin. Hello, Janie and Irma, my 2 little ballet dancers. One on her toes, the other still spinning. Excuse me, a little joke I picked up from a dying swan.
Oh, Professor, Jane has a chance to be a photographer's model. Shouldn't she take it?
Why not? Name me 2 prettier girls in all of New York than my 2 little sweethearts.
Oh, Professor, that's sweet of you.
Well, I know beauty when I see it. Don't misjudge me just because I go around with Mrs. O'Reilly. You know, many a man who likes steak has to be satisfied with hash.
Oh, Professor, I don't think you should describe Mrs. O'Reilly that way.
You're right, Irma. She's not hash. She's more on the order of pig's knuckles. But I like her. She's got a good heart. When I'm sick, she makes me a little soup, and that saves my life. Because I know if I don't get out of bed, her soup is going to kill me. But, Janie, dear, I think this will be a good opportunity for you. I want to wish you lots of luck. And now I got to leave because Mrs. O'Reilly is taking me for a walk in the Bowery.
The Bowery? That's a terrible place.
Yes, I know, but she wants some ideas on how to redecorate my room. Only one person in an apartment house has got the nerve to knock like that, the landlady. Come in, Mrs. O'Reilly.
Hello, girls. Hello, Professor.
Oh, Mrs. O'Reilly, maybe you could help me. I'd like to ask your advice. I've got a chance to pose as a photographer's model. Do you think I should accept it?
What are you asking her for? What does she know?
How dare you say that, Professor? I'll have you know I used to be a model myself in my younger days.
You modeled? What for, the Monitor or the Merrimack?
Oh, go along with you. As a girl, I had a very attractive figure. And I wore my bustle at a rakish angle. In fact, people used to mistake me for Anna Held.
I see what you mean. Where Anna held, you bulge. Come along, Mrs. O'Reilly. Let Janie decide for herself.
Well, I guess you're right, Professor. After all, Janie's got a good head on her shoulders. She's not like a... Oh, goodbye, Irma. Bless you. You're a lovely girl.
Irma, I've made up my mind, and I've got a hunch. I'm going to call up the magazine and check on Mr. Varell right now.
Oh, good for you, Jane. Oh, Jane, if it works out well for you, then maybe you could get me a job, too. Then we could model twin things like a two-way stretch. You could stretch one way and I could stretch the other.
Gran, you'll be in Scotland before me. Hello. Hello, Manhattan Magazine. Do you have a Mr. Varell there? Oh, he's head of your photographic department? Yes, I'd like to speak with him, thank you. Irma, he's not a phony. Hello? Hello, Mr. Varell? This is Miss Stacy, the young lady you gave the card to this morning. Yes, I know now it's a legitimate proposition, but you can't blame a girl for being suspicious. Yes, I'd very much like to model for you. What's that? You'll come over tonight? At my place? Oh, you have a deadline to make. Yeah, I suppose it'll be all right. Yes, at 8 o'clock. Fine. I live at 8224 West 73rd Street, apartment 3B. See you at 8. Goodbye. Oh, Irma, he's coming here tonight to shoot the picture. He says he has a deadline. Oh, my gosh. I have no idea what to wear.
Oh, Jane, don't be silly. For a deadline, you'd wear black.
Thank you, Irma Peterson. Well, now that I've decided to do it, I've got to look my best. And Irma, please note, I don't want anything to go wrong. Understand?
Oh, don't worry. Jane, why don't you wear your gray pleated skirt? I'll be glad to press it for you.
No thanks, honey.
Well, why can't I press it for you?
Because I remember how it looked the last time you pressed it. You see, Irma, pleats are supposed to run up and down, not across.
Oh, but Jane, there must be something I can do. I know, I'll fix your hair.
How, so it'll never grow again?
Well, I could brush your suede shoes.
Like you did the last time, with my hairbrush?
Oh, how about...
No?
Gosh, Jane, can't I even do your nails?
No, honey, I didn't like the way you did them last time. I happen to be one of those persons who likes only 1 point on each nail.
Come in.
Hiya, chicken. Hello, Jane.
Hi, Al. Excuse me, will you? I've got to get my things together.
What are you so excited about, Jane? Don't run off. Want to tell you about my new deal.
No, thanks, Al. I do not care to hear about your deal. It can have no effect on me whatsoever. I already have the jitters. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to get dressed.
Jane's never interested in me or my work.
Al, I'd love to hear your new deal.
Ah, thanks, chicken. Always can depend on you. And you won't go wrong because this one will make all our dreams come true. It's a campaign button with a picture of Truman wearing a button with a picture of Stassen, wearing a button with a picture of Wallace, wearing a button with a picture of MacArthur. So you don't have to commit yourself in front of the wrong people.
Oh, gee, Al, you're the smartest man I know. Here's a kiss.
Let's have it.
Hello.
Chicken, why do you always say hello when I kiss you?
Well, sometime I think it's all a dream, but when you answer me, I know you're there.
Someday I'll be there with you for life.
Well, but until then, I wish there was some glamour in my life, like what happened to Jane.
What happened to Jane?
Well, she's going to be a photographer's model. Oh, I envy her.
Oh, Chicken, get that notion out of your head. I ain't marrying no career girl. I know where these things lead. First you're a model, then you win a beauty contest, then you become a chorus girl. I don't want our kids to say, "Hey, Pop, give me a quarter for the show. I want to go see Mom."
Gee, I never looked at it that way.
Well, Chicken, how about you and me taking a little walk, huh?
Well, any other time, Al, but right now I've got to go in and help Jane.
Ah, she won't appreciate it.
No, Al, Jane needs me. After all, without me, things can go wrong, and I should be there to make sure.
Okay, we'll pick you up later tonight and we'll go to a movie.
Jane! Can I come in? Al is gone.
Come on in, honey.
Oh, I see you have all your clothes laid out on the bed.
Yeah, that's because I want to know where everything is. That includes you. Now, please don't touch anything.
Oh, but you don't want to help. Isn't there anything I can do, like pluck your eyebrows?
No, honey. No, you did that once before, and when you were finished, everyone thought I worked for the telegraph company. I had 3 dots and a dash over each eye. Irma, sweetie, I don't want anything to go wrong. I want to look my very best for the picture, so just sit in that chair over in the corner and watch.
Oh, Jane. Gee, there must be some little thing I could do. I feel so useless and empty inside.
All right, honey. All right, there is something you can do. Bring me the little table lamp in the front room, huh? I need more light.
Well, thank you, Jane. Now, let's see. Here's a table lamp. I'll just gently pick it up.
Irma, the lights went out in here. What happened?
I don't know, Jane. They went out in here, too.
You know, ladies, Swan soap actually differs from other soaps. Sure, feel a cake of Swan. It feels smoother. As Susie Swan says, it's a smoothie.
It's a smoothie, it's a cake of Swan. You can feel that super cream blend. You can feel the difference in it. You can tell it in a minute. It's a smoothie. That's Swan.
Yes, ladies, the way Swan feels is a direct result of Swan's super creamed blend. Run your fingertips over the surface of the cake. Feel the smoothness. Then feel Swan's suds. They feel richer, creamier, and Swan's mild suds protect your hands. Sure, when you're through, look at your hands. They're left with a smooth, soft, young look. What's more, Swan's super creamed suds rinse away so completely your dishes don't need wiping. Yes, ma'am, Swan soap means faster dishwashing and protection for your hands, thanks to Swan's exclusive super creamed blend.
Well, here I am. Manhattan Magazine's prospective glamour girl sitting in total darkness with my beloved roommates. But as dark as this room is, I don't think it begins to compare with the blackout which is Irma's mind. She had to blow a fuse. Just when there's no one in the entire building to help us, and just when I'm on the brink of the greatest opportunity a girl ever had. You know I should be crying. Doesn't work that way. Irma's the one that's crying. Irma, would you just please stop that whimpering? So you didn't mean to blow the fuse. All right, I forgive you.
That's not why I'm crying.
Then why are you crying?
I'm afraid of the dark.
Oh. For goodness sakes, don't be a child. We're 3 floors up. Now, who could get in here?
A tall second-story man. Jane, where are you?
Near the fireplace, honey. Where are you?
I think I'm in it. It's very warm.
Irma, that's the radiator.
Oh, Jane, I'm scared.
Oh. Honey, please stop that crying and help me get out of this spot, please. Run down to the drugstore and get a box of fuses.
All right, Jane. But I can't see where the door is.
Oh, yeah. Well, just figure out where in the room you're standing.
Oh, I can't. I'm so frightened and nervous. My hands are dripping with perspiration.
Yeah. Well, stand still and I'll feel my way over to you. Irma, your hands are in the goldfish bowl.
I thought I had an awful lot of fingers. Now, where's the door? Oh, it's so dark.
Well, honey, just walk ahead and turn when you get to the couch.
Jane, the walls are closing in on me.
Irma, you're in the closet. Oh, honey, come on. I'll show you the door. Now, get the fuses, Irma. He'll be here any minute.
I'll be right back, Jane.
Hiya, chicken. What's the big hurry?
Hello, Al. I blew out the fuse, and Jane's trying to get dressed for the photographer, and I'm on my way to buy a fuse.
Well, ain't necessary, chicken. In an emergency like this, there's only one man to call.
Who, Al?
Who else but... Hello, Joe. Al, got a problem. What do you know about electricity? You refuse to discuss the subject? It has taken 4 members of your family? Well, how, Joe? Oh, it came suddenly. They were all sitting in a chair at the time. Understand and respect your feelings, Joe. We'll handle it myself. Gotcha. Goodbye, Joe. Chicken, know what to do. Let's go down to the master control box downstairs. We'll fix everything.
Oh, Al, do you know anything about electricity?
All there is to know. Follow me. You see, Chicken, if a man ain't handy around the house, he can't call himself a man. For instance, the other day, the hotel shut off my lights on a little technicality. I didn't pay the rent. So what do? I rig up my lights to the hotel sign outside my window.
Does it work?
I don't know, just like the sign. Well, here we are, Chicken. Here's the master control box.
Oh, but you haven't got a fuse.
Don't need a fuse. Just put a penny in like this.
Al, do you notice how dark it is? Now all the lights are out.
How do you like that? Force a habit. Use the slug instead of a penny. But it's easily fixed. There must be another fuse box up in your apartment we can take care of.
Oh, yes, in the kitchen closet. It's full of pipes and switches.
A field day. Let's go.
Gee, Al, doesn't it seem a crime?
What?
We spend so much money on the tunnel of love, and now we have all this darkness for nothing. We waste it.
Realize the opportunity, Chicken, but someone is liable to slug us in the dark. It'll be Jane with a baseball bat. Well, here we are. Jane, where are you?
That's you, Al. I'm in the shower, and I haven't got a minute to waste.
We'll have everything fixed immediately. Handyman, you know. All right, Chicken, where's that fuse box?
Right over here, Al.
Don't even have a match, but know my way around these things. Yeah. Now, let's see. These pipes must be feeder pipes. Feel a little loose. Oh, here's a wrench. We'll tighten them up. Any results, Jane?
Yeah. The water's stopped running.
Not out here. My feet are getting wet.
Oh, for heaven's sakes. Now I can't get this soap off me.
We'll fix it in a minute. Now, let me see. There should be a loose wire around here. See if you can feel around for it, chicken.
A loose wire? Oh, here's one. Oh, wait, it's stuck. I'll give it a few yanks. Here.
Thanks. No results.
Listen, the two of you, I'm going to catch pneumonia. I don't know what you're up to, but you call the electric company at once. Do you hear?
Logical suggestion, chicken. Do what she says.
All right. Oh, Al,
What, chicken?
I think I pulled the wrong wire. The phone doesn't work now.
Oh, what are the two of you up to? The lights don't work, the water doesn't work, now the phone doesn't work. I can't even commit suicide because I'm sure the gas doesn't work either. Oh, Irma, what'll I do? How can they take pictures of me? I'm covered with soap. I got on an old robe and my hair's a mess. Well, answer me, the two of you. Where are you?
So the evening shouldn't be a total loss. Me and chicken are sitting here on the sofa.
Oh, no. If that's Mr. Varell from Manhattan Magazine, you tell him I'm sick. I have left town.
Come in. Welcome. Who are you?
Oh, it's me and the professor girls. My, what happened to all the lights?
Irma blew the fuse, and Al helped her with the rest. Just when I'm expecting someone.
Oh, how dreadful to be stranded in the dark like this.
Now, that all depends on how you view it. To me, Mrs. O'Reilly, you have never looked more beautiful.
Oh, quiet, Professor. We better hurry out and find some fuses.
Oh, no, it's too late. He'll be here any minute, and I'm just a mess.
Well, there's no time to waste. Come on, Professor.
Uh-huh.
It's so dark on the staircase. Give me your hand, Professor.
Positively not. You're liable to enjoy it, and I know you. You're just the kind who will go around blowing out fuses.
Jane.
What do you want?
I can't see your face. Are you mad at me?
No. I feel like throwing a party for you. For you and that fugitive from an honest dollar.
That must be me. Now look here, Jane.
No, be still, the two of you. You just ruined everything.
But we're sorry, Jane.
You're always sorry. You were sorry when you plucked all the gray hairs out of my silver fox because you thought it looked too old. You were sorry when you cut out the front of my best evening gown because you read that midriffs were in style. You're always sorry.
Oh, look, Jane, the lights went on. Al, get out of the icebox. Jane, I have something to tell you.
What?
You look a mess.
No kidding. I know my hair is a mess and my face is covered with soap and I'm wearing an old bathrobe. You don't have to tell me. Oh, that's the photographer.
What should I do, Jane?
It doesn't matter. Tell him I'm sick. I went out of town. My grandfather died.
Who is it?
Mr. Varell, I'm here to photograph Miss Stacy.
Jane is dead. She went out of town to see her sick grandfather.
Hold it, chicken. Let the guy in. Tell him the truth.
Hello.
Oh, Mr. Varell, I'm so sorry. You see,
Hey, hold it. You look perfect.
Perfect?
Yes, perfect. How'd you think of the get-up?
Get up?
Oh, I'm so glad you understand what we're after. Manhattan Magazine doesn't want fancy poses. We want realism. And I've got just the slant for the picture. Manhattan Magazine visits the average American girl on Saturday night when she starts getting dressed for her date. We'll shoot you from the tub to the Trocadero. You'll be sensational.
Oh, isn't it wonderful, Jane? Your picture's going to be on all the magazine stands.
Yeah, soap suds and all.
Well, you should be glad at least everybody will know you had a bath.
You know, it's things like that that make me want to shower my affections on the head of my friend Irma.
Well, ladies, don't wander far from your radios right now because we have two grand pieces of news for you. First, listen.
Have you heard about the exciting aluminumware offer? It's the offer being made by Lux Flakes, Rinso, Lux Toilet Soap, Lifebuoy, Silver Dust, Spry, and Swan Soap. And it's wonderful.
Yes, ladies, your dealer can help you get some modern, heavy-gauge aluminum ware for your kitchen. You save from 33 1/3 to 50% on this offer. You get a set of two 8-inch cake pans worth $1.15 for only 75 cents. Or you can get a 2-quart saucepan or a 9-inch frying pan worth $2 each for only $1 apiece. Your dealer can give you all the details.
Yes. Ask your dealer about the Lever aluminumware offer. He'll tell you how to get in on it.
And now, ladies, here are the names of the grand winners in the 5th and final week of the $100,000 Lever Fur Contest. First prize, a $3,000 mink coat or the cash, goes to Mrs. Leon L. Bagley of Cornish, New Hampshire. Congratulations. The second prize winners are Grace R. Hosfeld of Lacey Park, Hatboro, Pennsylvania, Mrs. A.V. Diebert of Bethesda, Maryland, Mrs. Ernest W. Blair of Tampa, Florida. You each win a beautiful $1,000 fur coat or the cash. Nice going. The other 325 winners will be notified by mail. Don't forget, ladies, ask your dealer about the Lever aluminum ware offer tomorrow. My Friend Irma, presented by Swan, another fine product of Lever Brothers Company, was produced and directed by Cy Howard. Tonight's script was written by Cy Howard and Park Levy. Folks, next Monday evening, listen again to
Our Friend Swan.
With My Friend Irma.
Starring Marie Wilson as Irma and Kathy Lewis as Jane. The part of Professor Kropotkin was played by Hans Conried. Frank Bingman speaking.
Spry.
Cakes are light and high.
Spry.
There's a reason why.
Spry.
Cakes improve with Spry.
Rely on Spry.
Yes, there's a reason why Spry makes grand cakes. Spry has an amazing cake improver secret. Try the Spry one bowl way and be sure of lighter, finer, richer cakes every time. No other type of shortening has Spry's cake improver. For new cake-making success, try Spry, the pure, all-vegetable shortening.
Rely on Spry. S-P-R-Y. Rely on Spry. S-P-R-Y.
Tune in next week 1 hour earlier and listen to the Lux Radio Theater, immediately followed by My Friend Irma. This is CBS, where 99 million people gather every week, the Columbia Broadcasting System.
Now, that Spry offer has expired, just so you know. I don't want anybody calling me and saying there's an issue. 77 years ago, April 26, 1948, Marie Wilson and My Friend Irma. We'll wrap up this edition of the show in just a moment by listening to Lindsay McCary tell us, can you imagine that?
Ladies, there's one war job that you and only you can do. I mean the saving of waste fats and oils. Every drop of used fat is vitally needed for military medicines and supplies, and for supplies on the home front, such as fabrics, paints, and soaps. That fat has to come from your kitchen. Don't fall down on your war job. Save all used fats in a clean can, and the minute the can is full, take it right down to your butcher. He'll pay you 4 cents plus 2 red ration points for every pound you turn in.
And we'll wrap up this edition of the podcast with an episode of the Quarter Hour Show. Can you imagine that? Going back to 1940. And some interesting facts you may or may not know.
A building more than 500 years old rises from the sea. Millions for defense, but not 1 cent for tribute. That statement was made after the American Revolution.
5 well-known tunes can be found in a famous popular song.
Can you imagine that? Yes, this is Lindsay McCary back with you once more, friends. And those statements you heard are all true. In just a moment or two, we'll be back with you with the absolute proof. Wait for us, will you please? now we're ready for the first item on this session of this series of Can You Imagine That broadcasts. It isn't often that students of archaeology experience the good fortune that the citizens of Walton on the Naze on the east coast of England had on the day of January 3rd, 1928. For several days, a torrential storm had lashed the seacoast. Gargantuan waves had beaten the rocky promontories. Winds of cyclonic intensity had forbidden the villagers to venture from their homes. At last, the elements abated, and the good people of Walton emerged to view the seascape, to smell the new air washed clean by winter rain, wind, and waves.
I say, ain't this wonderful now?
Aye, that it is, Jimmy. 'Tis a beautiful sight.
Aye, look! What struck Henry, do you suppose? Jimmy, Mikey, look, down to the sea. Wait, what is it? 'Tis a building.
Oh, the lost church. The lost church, Jimmy. That's what it is. I'm going back to the house. To the omen, that's what it is, an omen.
Oh, your woman's daft, Jimey. 'Tis no omen at all. 'Tis just the low tide what's given up the old church to our view once more.
The lost church. After all these hundreds of years.
Come, let's go down and have a look at it.
Aye, before the tide flows back again.
Come on, everyone. Down to the sea.
But before the people of Walton on the Naze could reach the shell and seaweed-covered church, the jealous Atlantic had once more swallowed it from their astounded gaze. Built more than 1,000 years ago, the old parish church had been submerged since the year 1398. The coast had suffered from erosion, allowing the ocean to beat higher and higher on the rocks, farther and farther inland, until almost 550 years ago, the ancient edifice had disappeared beneath the waves, never to be seen again except on that wintry day in 1928, for a few all too brief moments by the amazed and frightened villagers. Can you imagine that? What American citizen hasn't heard this declaration?
Millions for defense, but not 1 cent for tribute.
I imagine that most of you think this statement originated during the War for Independence, the American Revolution. If you think so, you're wrong. Yes, because it was made after George Washington had served his second term as President of the United States, when John Adams was President. During the period of the French Directory, the United States of America had declared their neutrality in a current disagreement between France and England. France disagreed with this move and declared aggression toward American shipping, a virtual declaration of war. 3 emissaries were sent to France, Elbridge Gerry, John Marshall, and Charles Cotesworth Pinckney. When the American ministers arrived in France, the Directory refused to receive them unless, and here's the rub, unless they would pledge payment into the Treasury of France of $250,000. When this ultimatum reached Charles Pinckney, he cried,
"Millions for defense, but not 1 cent for tribute."
When the action of the French Directory became known in the United States, popular enthusiasm for war against France rose to fever pitch. Patriotic songs and speeches were heard on every hand in the new country. As a matter of fact, several naval engagements occurred between American and French ships. The U.S. Congress organized a new army. George Washington was recalled from retirement and appointed commander-in-chief. Alexander Hamilton was selected as first major general. War with America's erstwhile allies seemed imminent. But a new turn of events transpired in France. Napoleon Bonaparte abolished the Directory in November 1799, became first consul and virtual dictator, and instead of pursuing the Directory's policy towards America, sought peace and goodwill. And thus, a very probable French-American war was averted. You know, there's an old saying that goes like this.
A golden mirror may blind the wisest man.
Which means, of course, that money, or the apparent possession of a lot of it, can make fools of otherwise shrewd, cautious men. And the proof? Well, in the late 1870s, a French peasant girl whose name was Thérèse d'Aurignac announced to an astounded France,
Oui, oui. I am the sole heir of an American. His name is Robert Henry Crawford.
Sole heir, mademoiselle? And of course you have proof.
Oui, monsieur. Here are the papers. You see, Monsieur Crawford was so very, very grateful that I nursed him through a very serious illness. Oh, mon Dieu, but he was ill.
Yes, mademoiselle d'Aurignac. The papers, please. Mon Dieu. Mademoiselle, this will leaves you heir to 20 million American dollars.
20 million American dollars. The news spread. Little Thérèse d'Aurignac became famous. She married Frederick Humbert, son of a cabinet minister. Of course, some people doubted the existence of the fortune until the news went around that 2 nephews of the American, Crawford, had arrived from America to break the will, said one of them.
Of course, we don't mean to cut Therese off without a penny. She was good to Uncle Robert, but we feel that we should be entitled to some of the money. So we're going to sue for an enforcement of another will, which will give Therese $72,000 a year.
$72,000 a year. A nice, tidy little income. The nephews insisted that until they had reached an agreement about the wills, Therese should have legal custody of the securities. A French notary sealed a strongbox containing the fabulous sum and placed it in a safe under protection of the courts. Thus, the fortune was given legal standing. Therese, now Madame Humbert, achieved dazzling splendor in society. She lacked nothing. Her procedure for buying something was simple.
Ah, Madame Humbert, we are honored that you should come into our store. There is something you wish?
Yes, monsieur, there is. A diamond necklace for the ball tomorrow night.
Diamond necklace? Oui, but yes, the finest. Of course. Here is one for only 100,000 francs.
That will do. Deliver it this afternoon. For the money, I will make you a note, payable after I secure my legacy. That is agreeable to you?
Oh, but yes. Anything Madame wishes.
For the fur coat, I will give you a note, payable after my legacy is established. I wish to give a party. There must be champagne, all kinds of food, and lovely souvenirs for the guests. I will give you a note, payable after the legacy is mine.
Well, that went on for 20 years. Madame Humbert, the former little peasant girl, Therese d'Aurignac, lived in luxury for 20 years while the court fight for the wills went on and on. At length, Madame Humbert's payable notes amounted to over $11 million. Then suddenly, in 1902...
I tell you, I am right. I must be right. I grew suspicious. So I looked up this Crawford family. I wrote to America. Monsieur, there is no such person as Robert Henry Crawford.
I am ruined. Oh, mon Dieu.
The hoax was uncovered. 10 creditors committed suicide. Finally, the safe deposit box was opened in the presence of Madame Humbert's distinguished attorney. The contents were noted, and these were found.
Securities worth $1,000, a jewel case that is empty, several worthless copper coins, and monsieur, a brass button.
The Humberts and the fake American nephews had fled to Spain. They were brought back, tried before a laughing public which had been amused, and were given ridiculously short sentences. Thus, for 20 years, a clever bunch of confidence workers hoaxed the courts of France and ruined gullible merchants. Can you imagine that? Now, we're going to take you into the realm of musical oddities once more, to prove to you that even in popular music, there's nothing new under the sun. So, let's get our tonal scalpel out and do a little dissecting on the body of Yes, We Have No Bananas. In other words, let's break it down, phrase by phrase, and see what other tunes it sounds like. For instance, the first measure and a half could very well be the first phrase of Handel's Hallelujah Chorus.
Hallelujah, hallelujah.
Then there follow 3 measures of an old familiar tune.
Oh, bring back my Bonnie to me.
Yep, that was, of course, My Bonnie Lies Over the Ocean. Then, well, there appear to be just a few bars of the middle part of another song you'll remember. It's from Balfe's operetta, The Bohemian Girl, and it's I Dreamt I Dwelt in Marble Halls.
I had riches too great to count, could boast of a high ancestral name.
And the next recognizable phrase is this.
In the sky, the bright stars glitter.
And now with different words.
We've an old-fashioned tomato.
Then, of course, it seems to start all over again, and when you put it all together, it spells not mother, but yes, we have no bananas. Well, that's another batch of Can You Imagine That items for a while, friends, but we're coming back on this same station soon again. Will you be listening for us? We hope so. Until that time, this is Lindsay McCarry saying goodbye now.
From over 80 years ago, Lindsay McCarry and Can You Imagine That here on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Visit our webpage at classicradio.stream, and we'll see you next time. For more Classic Radio Theater, I'm Wyatt Cox.